Hello everyone, it is the Watch Along. I'm Paul Machin. I'm joined by my dad, John Machin, for this one, back in the studio. You can tell nature's healing, Dad.
Is that what it is?
Look, we've got fans at Anfield. You're back in the studio.
We've got some fans at Anfield, some fans outside Anfield.
Well, yeah, a really good point to be made. Yeah, the kickoff has been delayed by 15 minutes once again because people are really struggling to get in on the new ticketing system. It was an absolute shambles at Anfield yesterday. It looks like it's a similar shambles. I get it. Like they've tried the best. We saw these messages go out today. They were doing a bit more of like an idiot's guide of like, make sure you print your tickets off, hand your tickets to everyone in the group so they've got them. It sounds to me like the whole overall system's a bit crap, and they're trying the best to kind of do it, but this is, I know they've got 2 weeks till Burnley.
I went to the last game of last season, Crystal Palace, and you had to have a ticket on your phone.
Yeah.
And it worked like clockwork.
Yeah.
It wasn't a problem at all.
Yeah.
Because there was only 10,000 people rather than 40.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a problem.
They also had more staggered, because you had to get through, I don't know where...
Yeah, you had to go at a particular time.
Yeah, you had your entrance time, and there was another barrier to get through before you got onto the... Hey, there we go. Before you got onto sort of... the proximity of the grounds and the turnstiles and all that, so there was a bit more like...
Yeah, they took us through the park and stuff like that to get into where I sit.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be where I always sit rather than on the other side, which is what I wanted to see what it was like. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that went off like clockwork, but so they must have thought, oh yeah, this works, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And they've gone for it, and they've got into a bit of trouble yesterday, didn't they? But as I said to you before we started, they've got to test it sometime. They can't test it, next time when we play Burnley. Yeah. They've got to test it before that.
I suppose it'd be lovely if it worked straight off the bat. It's just one of those, the problem with this stuff, and I've seen a few people saying, there was a few things, obviously, I know Steve Warnock got in a bit of trouble yesterday, which I thought was a bit, people got a bit too carried away with all that, with a bit of a throwaway comment, because there were clearly people who've got their match day routines. I've seen a lot of people talking about their match day routines, and I'd have fallen foul of it. I was in the press box, so I didn't, but I would have easily fallen foul of that. I'd have turned up. Maybe I get in a little early than most because I like to watch the warm-ups, but even then it's on 45 minutes. When I was going in through the press entrance, my usual turnstile was queuing past the club, well past the edge of the club shop. So I'd have struggled to get in for kickoff, and I turn up at a relatively okay time. So it's the problem is that you can say it's teething problems, but teething problems mean actual real people stood outside, not being able to get into the game.
Yeah,
stupid.
It did look quite civilised though outside, and the queues were not very thick, if you know what I mean. They were like, I remember once I went to see us play Ipswich in a League Cup game at Anfield, got in at half time. Yeah. And we were 3-0 up by then. And we finished 3-0, I think.
Yeah.
So, and then in them days, all the streets around the ground filled right across with bodies desperately trying to get in through the little turnstiles. Yeah. At least, it wasn't dangerous in any way yesterday. It was just annoying for people, I guess.
It's just, that's the thing. It's just another thing. The problem is that I get what they're trying to do, but as with everything, with all these things, it only ever makes it more difficult. It makes it more difficult for the wrong types of people, the people that are trying to get out. So they're trying to cut down on touts and trying to cut down on a lot of those kind of issues. But it's also making it a little bit harder. It's also making it a little bit harder for people watching at home as well. Right, thank you so much for joining us on the stream. We're going to be getting involved in the live comments as well, so if you've got anything you want to talk about or any questions you want to ask, then by all means do. I say we've got a delay to kick off at the moment. They're saying it's going to be 1:15, but we'll be here regardless, so that's cool. Obviously it was delayed 15 minutes, then it was delayed an additional 15 minutes on the Sunday, so we might well see that again, but fingers crossed they'll deal with that a little bit better this time around. We had a couple of super chats which we'll get to. Imran Adams said he's got another video poem on the way, which he's going to send over to us. Thank you so much, Imran. Yeah, make sure you send that to Ross, mate, and we'll get that up for you. If it's only half as good as the last one, you'll be laughing. And to boy Fernando, we'll talk about the team I guess in a second, but we'll just do De Boy's super chat. I still think we need a striker. Would have loved Marlon. I think he'll be class for Dortmund. Thoughts? Striker? Would you? Do we need one?
Well, if you think that apart from Bobby, we had our best forwards out last night, and Bobby will be out tonight. There's no one else, is there?
Yeah.
Who is there? Origi doesn't seem to be doing it to the standard we want. Minamino, people not sure about him. Ox really wants to be in midfield, doesn't really want to be playing as Bobby's understudy.
Yeah.
So, Harvey Elliott, he also doesn't really want to be a forward. He wants to be...
He obviously played wide in the Championship, but obviously the fact that he's being blooded in midfield and he's actually really taken to it as well does tell... This problem is, of course, Salah... I said this yesterday, touch wood. Everyone touch wood. I'm about to say something that you don't really want to hear, but... Never gets injured, does he? Oh, God! But he plays so much. He's the best in the world, and he plays all the time. And moreover, he wants to play all the time, and he's in the prime of his career. He's not like a fading entity. He's not someone who's not learning. So it's very hard to get someone else for that position. Like we talk about the Jared Bowen stuff, and this is not the player people want, by the way, but the point is, he does his best work from the right-hand side. How's he going to play? How many games is he actually going to get?
Same argument for Mbappe, isn't it? He likes to play where Salah plays.
Don't see how he gets in the team, Dad.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's probably one of the rare exceptions to this point. I'm kind of driving at, but we've clearly got four that we 100% trust.
We brought in Jota last year, and for me, him and Thiago are new players. I don't think I've seen them. I don't really think of them yet as Liverpool players.
Yeah, they're obviously.
He's the perfect guy to bring in.
Yeah,
he scores goals.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter whether he fits in where Salah plays or he fits in where Mane plays or Bobby. You put him on the pitch and he'll score you a goal.
Yeah,
and that's what, if you can find one of them, by all means,
have another one.
Bring him in as fast as
just get another Jota. Yeah, but I agree with that because it's all well and good, saying a striker, but you need to get someone who's better than Bobby Firmino, and the problem is, of course, is that Bobby Firmino does so much. And it's such a delicate balance. And like Jota's doing a decent job. Jota's showing to be a decent understudy. But there's a couple of examples where we did play Jota centre forward, and he actually wasn't that great. Now he was coming back from injury at the back end of the season, so I'm not going to lay any blame on this. I'm not going to say that's unequivocal in the analysis of whether he can or can't do it. But Bobby's, if you're going to buy someone, it's going to be a kid who's going to come up, who's going to be happy to have lesser minutes and then grow into the side. Well, Kay Gordon's on the screen right now. Is that him? Maybe a bit too young. Harvey Elliott, of course.
8 years.
Yeah. You've got to be buying someone who's better than what you've got. But how much is that going to cost? You're not going to. And who is that? There must be. It must be a very short list of players who are good enough to start in Liverpool's front three.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact is, our first 11 or first 12 is probably nailed on. Yeah. So everyone else is fighting to get in now and again, and therefore, who's going to come if they think they can play week in, week out? Yeah. They might come for the wages, depending on where they're coming from.
Dangerous game, that though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if you can find, as I say, a good forward. Then bring him in, but don't buy one just for the sake of buying one. I think we've got other places where we need to buy.
And this is the point this is why they're not they're in no rush to throw Divock Origi out the door, because we all know he doesn't fit. He's not the ideal candidate for what we're doing. He's not the perfect footballer. He's not absolutely. You can just move the mic whenever you're talking. It's fine. You don't need the side's gonna be up and down all the time. He's happy to be on the fringes. He's happy to train, he's happy to work hard, he's happy to come in and do it. He's dead laid back, he's quite chill about his prospects, which can sometimes be a negative thing. But that's the thing about Origi, is that you're effectively replacing Divock Origi in the squad. You need someone you need someone better than Origi. And a lot of people think that's dead easy, but you need someone who's miles better than Origi, I think. Otherwise, for the money you're not going to get, the money you get for Origi is not going to buy someone better than Origi.
But you've also got to sell Origi if you're going to do that. And does he want to go? Is he going to get those kind of wages somewhere else?
Yeah, I know.
It depends how much he wants to play first team football, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And if you don't get rid of him, then what do you do in terms of finance? You just add in more money onto the costs.
Yeah, no, it's true, isn't it? Right, we just got some breaking news here. Andy Robertson has just tweeted. I think we can get this up now on screen for you guys. He's saying, thanks to everyone for the kind messages and support. Scans suggest nothing too major, but there's some ligament damage which we'll need to mend. I'll be grafting every day so I can help the team again sooner rather than later. Good luck to the boys playing tonight. Yeah, I mean, I suggest nothing major, which is good. I mean, the Klopp talked about the fact that he was able to walk off, and I know Virgil walked off, having done his knee, but I think the ankle's a little different in that regard. Like if it was broken, he simply wouldn't have been able to walk on. If the leg was
my
completely
first
gone.
thought was, oh my God, if it's broken, we're in trouble. But then he stood up and walked. I thought, oh, thank God it's not broken. But ligaments can be terrible.
Yeah.
It really does depend on how seriously they're damaged. But
yeah, fingers crossed.
You don't come back from ligaments, in a couple of days. You're talking a few weeks, aren't you, at the best?
My big hope on this, I was thinking about this last night actually, is that it's unideal to say the very least about Andy Robertson. You could see it on the faces of like Trent and Salah, and you've got Naby's instant reaction to it and stuff was a bit shook you a little bit, but for someone who's played so much football and really could have done with the rest, the fact that it's ligaments, not like a muscle tear or muscle degradation or a hamstring or anything like that, weirdly it might do him okay because the rest of him will get a little bit more of a break. If that
have a rest,
yeah.
Enforced rest. Yeah. And to be honest, Tsimikas has done well in pre-season. Whereas if it was this time last year, I'd be thinking, oh, Tsimikas coming in. Yeah. Now I'm thinking, he's okay.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
He can cross the ball. He can tackle.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I don't think it's the disaster it might have been last year.
We'll pick up on that in 2 seconds. Actually, we're just going to go through the starting 11 for guys just joining us. Kickoff has been delayed till 15:15. We've not had any further updates. Suggest that's not going to be the case, but we've got the starting 11 up here for you guys to peruse. So you can use the Twitter one if you want. We can happily go to the board if you like. Caoimhin Kelleher is in goal. Nico Williams right back. Centre back pairing of Ibrahima Konate and Joe Gomez, and the aforementioned Kostas Tsimikas in at left back. A midfield three: Fabinho, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Curtis Jones, and then the front three, it looks like it'll be Gordon from the right, Minamino from the left, and Firmino up front. It's funny because we joked very briefly when we crossed lives earlier today that the second string team here, but it's actually a pretty good team all told. Yeah. I wouldn't think that would win the league, but it's a good team.
Yeah, it is a good team. I mean, you couldn't say anything, but it's our second string midfield apart from Fabinho, and he's probably just coming back to the kind of levels he'll need to be if he wants to start playing again. The defence, I mean, the two centre backs there, both would want to play in our first league game.
Both of them are in with a pretty decent shout of starting on Saturday. You'd like to think. Probably, you'd imagine Konate might be ahead just because he's not been injured.
I would go with Matip and Konate because they're the ones who've been playing all pre-season. That would seem to be the most sensible for me. Yeah. And no one's going to be rushing Van Dijk. I'm hoping they don't rush him back. Yeah. I'm hoping they make sure that he's absolutely spot on. Same for Gomez. Yeah. They both look good when they played, but they probably only played about 90-odd minutes between them. Each game.
Yeah. Well, look at it. So Virgil came on. He had 20 minutes or something. Did he against Hertha? He got 45.
71 last night, wasn't it?
Yeah. 45 and then 60-odd.
It'll be interesting to see how much Gomez gets today, but I reckon it's going to be pretty similar to that.
I reckon that.
He's building up, and he's looked good, but there's a big difference between looking good coming back from injury and actually playing at top speed in the Premiership for 90-odd minutes.
It's interesting, actually, just in terms of the subs. We should just have a quick blast through there. So obviously Karius and Harvey Davies on the bench again. Ben Davies even makes a substitute bench here, so I'd actually wonder whether there's a chance, or a fleeting one, that he might get a little look in. But obviously with him, there's talk. There's no Shaqiri
No, it's a bit of a mystery, Shaqiri.
Well, I've actually got something on this, by the way. Actually, Neil Jones actually tweeted a little bit earlier when this loads up. Noje and Shaqiri or Nat Phillips in the Liverpool squad tonight. Both have been strongly linked with moves away. Nothing imminent, I'm told, but certainly a sense that something will happen. And club have decided not to take the risk with those two tonight, which explains particularly Shaqiri and Phillips. But obviously, Origi is also on the bench, so nothing happened on that regard. But Ben Davies, it's mad that. I wonder if this is just because of the Andy Robertson stuff. Now, I know I don't expect to see Ben Davies play left-back for us, but we know he can play left-back because he's done that for Preston before, and whether that's a slight consideration there.
I mean, Tsimikas is going to need an understudy, isn't he? So someone's got to be ready to come in if something happens there.
It's whether we think anything of Owen Beck, who's impressed on pre-season, hasn't he?
He's very impressive. I really like him, but again, he's only young, not great experience. And, there's a big step up from a friendly in pre-season to a full-blooded game against Man United,
Yeah. It is interesting, though, no Cometio on the bench this time around. He was there yesterday.
Wasn't
but
he?
Reece Williams is on the bench again, who did come on, who came on for Virgil.
See, yesterday. I mean, I banged on last pre-season about centre-backs.
Got too many, mate.
And proved to be right. But I actually still worried about it because you've got Gomez, Matip and Van Dijk and Konate.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get rid of Nat Phillips,
Ben Davies by all accounts,
and get rid of Ben Davies, you've got Reece Williams coming in, and I still think that's a bit dodgy. I wouldn't be selling Nat Phillips till January myself.
Yeah. No, I think it's an interesting point.
I'd keep hold of him for now, but it does look like they want to move him on.
No, it is. I mean, again, my opinion's changed massively on Reece Williams just because of how he put himself about at the back end of the season. I'm not saying I don't think I want him starting 20 games consecutively for Liverpool. The hope is, I mean, look, the way I look at it, and I know that there's question marks over Van Dijk and Gomez, but I also don't think Liverpool are turning a blind eye to those issues because I don't think you could, because they all lived through last season as well.
They bought Konate, didn't they, a year late, but they bought him.
Yeah. But if we kept Lovren last summer, we wouldn't have been thinking we needed another centre-half.
Absolutely not, no. But, I mean, I like Reece Williams, but I don't think he's ready. I think what happened to him last year will stand him in good stead.
Yeah.
And, we've got 2 or 3 years with him to find out whether he is actually going to be a top-notch centre-back or not. He's got a lot of what he needs to be, but not the experience yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Connor McMullen with the super chat. Thank you so much, Connor. Says, I hope our transfer window isn't over yet. We still need to strengthen. We got so lucky with having no injuries a few years back. That luck has run out. Maybe, I get the point. I get that. I think that's the fear, isn't it? Because of what happened last year, it's shown that it's possible. And we've had this for a number of years. When we do take a gamble here and there in the squad, you need luck to be on your side, and I get that. But that's not a fact. That's definitely a bit of anxiety.
I do think people look at our squad and they look at our bench and they say, "Ooh, look at that compared to City's." But if you look at those individuals, you wouldn't say they were bad players, and a lot of them are really good players, and you'd be quite happy with them in your side. It is just this, how do you compare to the top teams? And the top teams, the City and Chelsea, who were spending fortunes on players.
Yeah.
You're always going to look like you're a bit weak.
Well, we were just looking at this. Look at the side. In fact, we did this on Thursday, Ross and I, between the games, and we were like, "Well, what's the next match going to be?" Well, the midfield will probably be like Leighton Clarkson, maybe Tyler Morton will be in there, and it was like Fabinho, Curtis Jones and Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's like, oh God, we'd already put a pretty. We'd had Milner, Keita, and Harvey in the first game. And again, I don't think either of those midfield threes is exactly what you want.
There's a good argument, having looked at pre-season, to say that against Norwich, our midfield is going to be Keita, Milner, and AN other.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be our midfield three.
Yeah.
Going through the season, but they might well be in the next couple of games, and so they can start against Norwich, but they're not good enough.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. You got to change expectations of things as you go along.
Harvey Elliott would have been the third one in pre-season. He's played a lot, hasn't he? Yeah. And the only thing there is are they ready to bang him into the squad and give him lots of opportunities? And he did look ready yesterday, but that's it's
a different world.
It is different, but
the thing for me is actually not that. Is Milner going to be our number 6 replacement? Because the point is that I think Kostas Tsimikas is now ready to just be Robbo's understudy. I don't think we'll see, as long as you've got one of Tsimikas or Robertson available, you won't see Milner at left back again. I don't think.
They brought on back. They didn't move Milner back yesterday. That tells a lot.
Exactly. And then we don't quite. It'd be interesting to see Nico today actually. And if he puts another good shift in, doesn't look like he's moving out, which was heavily rumoured. So he'll be sticking around. So again, I don't think depending how Nico does, I don't think we'll see it. We're probably slightly more likely to see Milner as a backup right back than we are that. But it's whether he's now getting his game as a 6, because I always think that's probably his weakest of the 3 midfield positions. But I've got Adam Lallana rattling around my head that we spent a pre-season training Lallana in the 6. I think we used him twice, but he was fine. And we only needed him there for that amount of times because everyone else was sound, and Fabinho did the business, and then Henderson did the business when he was covering for him, etc., etc.
You don't know in pre-season, playing Ox and Harvey Elliott in midfield might not be the kind of gamble you would take in the Premiership. A very attacking midfield.
No, we've done that. All the midfields have been really attacking, haven't they? Because ultimately, they're attacking with Jordan Henderson in, but of course you get 6'1", 2" of a midfielder when you put Jordan in there, and obviously a guy who's played the 6. But you're right.
He also knows how to cover.
Yeah, exactly. But you're right that in terms of how we've played the 2-8s, as it were, we've played very attacking lads in most of the games that we have so far. It makes you wonder whether that is a concerted plan, or is it just shuffling the pack of what we've got? Because we know Thiago and Henderson are on the bench tonight. I suspect we might see that midfield 3 just for a little bit toward the back end of this game, maybe just to give them a first little touch together. But interesting stuff. Right, kick game was delayed by 15 minutes. It's now 17 minutes. They are singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" at Anfield. I haven't gone there yesterday. I can say it's just wonderful. Just made me so very, very happy. If you want to keep up to date with things happening in and around the ground, by the way, then do check out our socials. Instagram is the Redmen TV, same on Twitter and same on Facebook as well. Ross and Tom are in the press box at Anfield, being all professional and getting you loads of video clips and photos from inside the match. So yeah, if you want to get a little bit more of the inside the ground experience, then keep abreast of our socials, and Ross will be doing a little reaction from outside Anfield later on as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that later on. Ehtisham Ulasan, who's been a member with us for 9 months, as a wonder kid here on YouTube, you wonderful person, says, Paul, don't you think LFC should announce Messi? It's pretty obvious he's coming to us. What are your thoughts on Messi's situation? I find it very hard to feel any sympathy for Lionel Messi, other than on a base human level of he clearly loves Barcelona and he clearly wants to play there. But and I know there's more to it than just saying I'll play for free. But if I'd play for free.
I can't believe, given all the financial problems we've heard that Barcelona have got, that they're not chuffed to bits that they're getting rid of it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Taking 600 grand a week and off the payroll. I think they're quietly thinking, yeah, let's move him on. He's great. He's a fantastic footballer, but if you want to win trophies, he's not the guy you need in your side.
Anymore. Yeah. This is just because you don't rate him as highly as Diego Maradona, isn't it?
No, I just keep going back to when we played them. And I've said it loads of times. If he'd played for us, we'd have lost.
Yeah.
Because that's not what you needed to win the game.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah, it's just fascinating, isn't it? It's what I'm seeing is the real emotional reaction to it of... Obviously, there's a lot of young fans who've grown up with Messi as the player on the planet, and I don't have that level of affection for him. Also helped by the fact that, or hindered by the fact that Liverpool were crap for his best years, so we never played him. We played him as a kid when we battered them. Well, we beat them in the new camp when Alvaro Arbeloa pocketed them. So I never got to see him on a regular basis. I just switched off for the Champions League for the best part of a decade. So yeah, I don't have that affiliation, but we'll see. I was more sad when Zidane went, but that's just a generational thing. Right, we're going to have kick-off momentarily. Get your thoughts and all that coming in. We'll be doing up some half-time analysis, of course, and we'll be talking throughout the match as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain lines up to kick it. We have a super chat from Michael Smith, which we'll come to momentarily. As yet, the game is underway, and it's once again Gomez is the left-sided centre-half. Kanate sends it forward, and it's Kostas Tsimikas, little give and go with Fabinho. Ball played down the line. What do you think? Are you feeling this high camera angle, Dad? It's very, very steep, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's almost like
it's where I watch the match. I'm on the other side, and I'm as high as this.
Yeah,
I quite like it.
Well, cross whipped in. It's gone over everyone's head. Little deflection. Kelleher just looked lost for a moment. Ball's broken. Liverpool trying to get away on the counter. Poor control there over on the far side by Kate Gordon, and Osasuna have the throw-in inside Liverpool's half.
Ox playing very deep there.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see. Yeah, you're right. Actually, he's just playing kind of in front of the right back at the moment. Wonder whether we'll see more on that. Joe Gomez gathers the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box, plays it back to Kelleher. Kelleher takes it left-footed, slams it down the field only as far as the Osasuna man. Not the best of clearances there from the young goalkeeper, and Osasuna have it and knocking it around at the back. Right, I just want to make a point actually to people who are watching. We've got Si behind the scenes today, and he has very strict instructions, and we had this conversation on one of the watch-alongs the other day that if you wish to be permanently banned from commenting on Redmen TV, then be audible in the comments. That's all I'll say. If you want to be horrible or you want to spam audible stuff, then you'll be banned for the rest for all eternity, and we won't miss you. So that's cool. I'm just saying, we'll lay that down. If you want to do it, then do it. That's absolutely fine. But if you want to be nice and you want to have a nice chat about the footy and you want to talk to us, then do that, and we'll read through some comments and whatever as the game progresses. But yeah, we have a zero tolerance policy this season on dickheads. So yeah, if you want to be a dickhead, then that's cool. You just won't be it in our comments. Anyway, Karate gets up, big header. Osasuna have claimed that Liverpool haven't really got to grips with this game so far. Curtis Jones gets it, plays it to Fabinho. Fabinho sends a through ball. Oof, nice idea. What's your take on Curtis Jones, Dad? What you hoping for from him this season?
Well, every year I'm hoping he'll get stronger and have more impact on games. He's clearly a very good player, good talent, but he's not Phil Foden type. Impact on games yet. And he does have the ability. We've seen him, score some terrific goals.
They're the small signs for me. It was like Trent scoring that free kick against Hoffenheim, and I mean it's different level that, because you're like, our right back has just scored a free kick. Like, right backs don't score free kicks, and that was a major but like Kurt Jones having that in him, it's not like he scored some scuffer, scoring that worldie in the FA Cup. He's definitely got something.
Yeah, I mean, stepping up to take a final penalty, didn't he? Yeah. Was it the Arsenal game?
Yeah.
When he's still only a kid. I mean, those kind of things, say a lot about the guy.
Yeah.
So I expect to see a bit more of him each year.
I just think he never loses the ball.
No. That's why a lot of people think he's Wijnaldum's replacement. But we'll have to wait and see whether.
Ball flashed across the face of the Liverpool goal. It's going to go for another corner over the far side to Osasuna. Corner there, Osasuna. Coming up on the 4-minute mark in this game. Liverpool haven't really found any rhythm in this game just yet. It's going to be an outswinger from that far side. Runs made toward the near post. Over everyone. It's headed away for the moment. Shot fired in, miles over the bar and well into the willing and grateful arms of the Kop. Yeah, as I say, if you want to interact with us, if you have any songs, by the way, we can do that as well. Let's give you a little example. Let's have what song do we've got? Bobby Firmino. Oh, we play the Bobby Firmino song. Let's go. Yeah, we've got some interesting comments on the Kurt Jones stuff as Osasuna look to send the ball over the top. It's going all the way through, and Kelleher claims it. Good work and quick dish out as well. Very good to see. That was one thing actually I just love seeing from Alisson yesterday, is how he just doesn't dawdle on anything he does, and it's good. Kelleher's got a lot of that to him as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I like Kelleher. He's got a lot of presence on the pitch, which is what you need from a goalkeeper. You've got to have someone who's confident in everything they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a couple of people talking on the Curtis Jones stuff. Gareth Jackson saying Jones has a bit about him, seems a good kid, big talent for his age. I agree. His issue is that, you know, and I've actually got some people mention Harvey Elliott, people saying, Anchor, he's in, will Elliott get more chances than Jones? What do you think? At the moment, I'd say, yeah, it looks like Elliott's above him in the pecking order, in terms of where he's at.
It's a different position, isn't it?
It's which is funny because it's not, but because they both play midfield. They've both been playing in midfield. But I agree,
they don't play anything like each other, do they?
Yeah. And there's a chance.
Harvey Elliott as well. You know, at 18,
Osasuna with the strike, left-footed, sliced into the cop again.
He's 18 now, isn't he? He's looked like a very special player from very young age. That's why we obviously went and bought him.
Yeah.
He's not come through the academy. He's just a talent they picked up, and he's already shown what he can do. Yeah. I mean, they're quite rare, aren't they? Players who are that good at 18 and actually capable of playing.
Well, that's almost my point on Curtis Jones. I know people get sweet on people, but I don't think they need to be mutually exclusive. You can think Harvey Elliott's an amazing talent and still think that Curtis Jones is really good at the same time, which I think gets lost on some people sometimes. Yeah. To play for Liverpool right now, you've got to be brilliant.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you have to go back to the likes of Michael Owen to see players that young actually establishing themselves in the team.
Sterling, probably the most recent one, prior to transfer.
But then they bought Sterling in, didn't they? Yeah. You know, not. I suppose they bought Harvey Elliott in as well, of course.
But Harvey's there's a chance that Harvey Elliott might be an absolute generational talent, and Curtis Jones might be too. Actually, because he's tall, I think he's faster than Elliott. He's got great control, he's got good vision, good shot.
Full of confidence in his own ability.
Yeah, they both are. And you see them playing for the under-23s the season before last, and they've got a great rapport in that. You might find that, you know, as it develops. Sorry, Oxlade-Chamberlain on the corner of the box cuts it onto his left foot. Running through the middle back to Fabinho. Nico Williams whips this one in over the head of Bobby Firmino. It's going to drop. It's going to drop to Shimikas. Go underneath that one. Well, if he's going to fill Andy Robertson's boots, that's exactly the kind of shooting we're looking for.
Yeah. There's a number of players you see do that.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's a very left back on the charge shot that slices it, gets under it, miles over the bar. Michael Smith with $2 Australian. Thank you, Michael. Says, thoughts on the black goalkeeper kick compared to the green? I really like both of them, but the green one does look like the creepers from Minecraft. I don't expect you to get that reference, Dad, but that's fine. But it does. Dylan Fletcher, all eyes on Costas for me. Now that he's going to get a run of games in the team, couldn't come at a better time for him after an impressive pre-season. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? You know, you're right. I think he's right there. Is Dylan that I'm actually quite interested to see what Costas does. There was no heavy scrutiny on him in any. Oh, well done, Joe Gomez. Wonderful turn under pressure, and he sprayed it out. Oh, good touch, Takumi Minamino. He's kept it in on the left wing. Curtis Jones is inside them, receives it. Can he switch the play? Just underhit the pass.
You forget how talented Minamino is.
Yeah.
You know, he might not be exactly what we need, but he is a very talented footballer.
It's that's it. We do this a lot, and I think, again, it's because of changing expectations, and I'm unlucky, I don't know how to phrase it, but I've seen some terrible players play for Liverpool. Like, genuinely terrible. So I've got a better barometer of what is good and what isn't good. And people who think Minamino's rubbish are wrong. Just to your point, we do this a lot, don't we, as fans? Like, I see Man United fans who thought Lukaku was rubbish. Like, he was brilliant for West Brom, he was brilliant for Everton, and he wasn't great for Man United. And then he's gone and been brilliant for Inter Milan. He was brilliant all along, he just wasn't right for Man United.
Nearly 100 million they're talking, aren't they, for Chelsea?
Yeah. Exactly, but that you get that, don't you? You footballers who just like Shaqiri, he's not a world beater, but he's still his nation's best player.
Yeah, he's still a very talented footballer. It's a question of, can you find a position that'll work for him? And Liverpool really haven't got that.
Yeah,
he's just been a nice squad player for us, hasn't he? That's all.
Yeah, side cracking the whip, fake scores, get banned. It's size equivalent of chat shit. Get banged. Oxlade-Chamberlain. exploding down the wing. Defender goes to ground. Liverpool throwing high up in Osasuna territory. Very good direct play from the Reds there. Ball control. Kay Gordon's having a tricky start to this game, isn't he? A couple of times his touches just let him down. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how he comes out of this.
He stood out in most of the pre-season games as a talented young man.
Yeah.
Bit different playing in front of 40,000, and that's the thing about all these players we rave over in pre-season. It's a big difference playing them games and then playing in the Premiership.
It's true. We were talking about people. Obviously, you mentioned Phil Foden earlier, and people were raving about him. And I remember saying this about the Euros: is they started him in the Euros. Like his breakout season came in a season with no fans in stadiums. I thought it was a big gamble to put a young player in those kind of big games, big environments. It's going to be interesting to see how a lot of those teams and a lot of players react to being back in front of fervent crowds. Because God knows, Liverpool, who do it really well to other people. Like I went away to Red Star and the team wasn't, the side we put up wasn't great, but that team froze in that atmosphere. I've seen it happen on both ends. It's going to be interesting to see, and again, from a Kay Gordon perspective, I mean, look, he's 16. There is zero pressure, real pressure on this boy. It'd be interesting to see how he gets on for the rest of the game.
The pressure's probably from himself, wanting to show people that he's worthy of a starting position. Even though he's 16. At 16, you probably think, I'm the best footballer in the world. Yeah, no,
absolutely. I mean, you hear Michael Owen talk about himself, and he genuinely thinks he was the best footballer on the planet at that age, and he probably was.
He was astonishing. From a very young age, Michael Owen was terrific.
Fabinho just tied these up, the forward header there. Lovely little chop back from Nico Williams. Fabinho doesn't play the ball into Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's cut out. Kanate forced to defend and heads it all the way back to the goalkeeper. We've got a super chat here from Upayan Ball with €5. I'll see if I appreciate the comments. I'll see if my dad does. Absolutely wonderful to have our elderly statesman taking the hot seat today. I think he meant to say elder statesman.
Statesman would be fine, but the rest of it,
Elderly statesman. Appreciate it. Always the voice of reason. We'll keep that too. Elder statesman was the expression you were looking for there. Elderly implies, well, you've got your bus pass, haven't you? So that's
I have, yeah. So and you'd have one tomorrow if you could get one, wouldn't you?
I'll get on a bus, mate. Metal wheel tubes of misery.
Trains for free.
The train, maybe, definitely. Oh, floated ball over the top from Kanate. It's a great run from Takumi Minamino. Wonderful touch. Minamino! Good save. What a touch from Minamino.
Brilliant touch, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. The first touch, it's a good ball from Kanate, isn't it? But this first touch from Minamino makes the chance. Oh,
keeping actually.
It is. Yeah, it is very good goalkeeping. That touch, my God. Great run. I mean, it's everything about that from Minamino. Obviously, apart from the finish, but I think he's done all the right things there, really, hasn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, give the goalie credit.
Yeah. Because Jones lashes the toe at the corner, breaks down. Costa Shimikas goes all the way back. Keller has to be on his toes here. Plays it first time hard over the top, and that will run all the way. Ooh, defenders headed it for no reason. That was a bit stupid. Minamino tries to win it, loses out in the air. Ooh, Costas goes in, stood high. Referee lets it go. Joe Gomez gathers the ball just inside Liverpool territory. Liam Bento, hang on, Taki's in again. He holds off his man, left-footed strike deflected, and Taki Minamino has opened the scoring for Liverpool. Oh, look at his smiling face.
You probably would have thought that would have been less likely to go in on his left foot than the first one. But
it's not a good finish, but I think it's very worth pointing out that he's just Mane has that shot, Salah has that shot, and he makes it happen because he does gamble on it. I mean, I wonder whether it might be a cross. To be fair. Very good again.
But he's our sort of most involved forward at the moment.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's very similar to the chance he gets earlier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Slightly straighter ball through, slightly more central.
Holds the defender off really well.
I actually wonder whether he's he's shooting for the back.
Been feeding him steak instead of raw fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? That's what you got to do. Just drinking raw eggs every morning and doing sit-ups. That's what Takumi Minamino's been doing in Southampton. Nothing else to do there, honestly. There might be. There's a decent shopping centre. I've been once for like 2 hours. Would you? Back then it was raining. It was crap. Right, long ball played. Liverpool 1-0 up. I wonder on the Taki stuff whether he's going for the far corner or is he going for just to put it in an area roughly around the back stick, because the trajectory of it looked very Cade Gordon bound, which means I think we would have scored regardless.
Yeah.
Good.
But the important thing is how impressive he is, finding space up front.
Yeah.
On the left as well.
Well, on the shoulder as well.
Yeah, I've never seen him play on the left, I don't think. He's normally...
Well, he's done it. I think he starts... Am I right in thinking he started the Crystal Palace game on the left, doesn't he? I think Bobby started centre-forward in that game, and he scored. But he's very good. For someone who starts wide, I think he's very good at appearing between the sort of, well, you know, the six, inside the width of the 6-yard box. Oh, Curtis Jones, wonderful ball forward. Oh, offside. Cade Gordon went through, put it wide, big chance. He's gutted. And he'll probably be slightly relieved that it was in fact offside, but great football in the builder from Liverpool again. And it's a good ball from Curtis Jones, isn't it?
Absolutely terrific. That's what we were saying just before, that he needs to make an impact on games.
Absolutely. So Liam Bento, in fact, the game's been too exciting. We haven't been able to, thank you for your super chats. Keep them coming in. We'll read through them when we have a small break in play. Liam Bento with 35 Zars. Love a Zami. Mr. Mach Senior, what were pre-season fixtures like in our heydays of the 80s in comparison to now?
Well, the most obvious thing was you never saw them.
Yeah.
Because they weren't on the telly.
You didn't see proper games?
Yeah. You just read the score in the paper the next day, and you might, if you were lucky, get the scorers.
Yeah. Well, I always talk about this, that I think we were on holiday in Ibiza, which would have been early 90s maybe, and you phoning up from a payphone my uncle and him telling you, reading from the Echo, what the pre-season score was the day before or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you'd hope if you were away, you might get the Charity Shield on.
Yeah.
You know.
Good skill from
Charity Shield, as it was called.
Finds Fabinho, Shimikas, Curtis Jones on the left-hand side. Shimikas motoring up outside him. Kurt Jones tries to flood the left foot across, deflected and away for the moment. Good battling there from Joe Gomez. That was actually good from Gomez. It's one of the things actually I've noticed about Virgil, the sort of rust in his performance. A couple of times I've seen him push out from his position to go and get an early tackle in and not get it right and end up out of position and left a bit of a hole. Gomez actually did that, but actually really combative, won the ball. The pre-season one, the other one, of course, is that to that point, you'd be on holiday and of course you could get the Mirror, you could get the newspapers, but you'd always got the newspapers a day late. So even then you might get the score in the Nationals, but it was 24 hours after it had happened. Like I remember even 2004 being in a bar in New York and seeing the Owen was moving to Real Madrid, Owen was agreed a deal with Real Madrid, and that was like, but like you just didn't see it. It was mad.
Yeah, but I mean, the other important thing about that is, of course, that you never saw who played. Yeah. So there was none of this, building people up, he's had a brilliant pre-season, or, knocking people because they've had a bad one. You just never saw it. So, and to be honest, we never used to win many pre-season games.
Still don't. Little moment there, Kurt Jones is just getting a little bit of treatment. Hopefully be okay. Yeah, I can just have a quick word with a couple of the lads on the touchline, some words particularly for Joe Gomez there. Not sure what he's telling them. Hopefully Kurt Jones is okay.
Always a bit of a worry, isn't it, just this close to the start of the season?
Particularly with the Robertson stuff. If you joined us late, Andy Robertson revealed that he's had some slight ligament damage to his ankle after the injury yesterday, which is hopefully not severe, but will keep him out for at least a short spell on the sidelines. I actually didn't even see the incident with Kurt Jones. Si, what happened to him? None of us paying attention. This is what you come here for, this kind of in-depth commentary on the game, talking about pre-season friendlies from our Ibiza holidays. Kurt Jones, he's just got a sore nipple, I think he'll be just a little rueful shake of the head there. doubled over. Looks like he's taking a little bit of a blow. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's over the free kick. It's not far inside, 10, 15 yards inside the Osasuna half, left-hand side. Ox over it. We looked to curl one in towards the back post. He stepped over it, left-footed from Shimikas, headed away. Ox picks it up on the edge, tries to take it his path. It drops back to him, twists, turns. Still going. Oh, I just couldn't work his way through traffic. Kanate steps in and wins it back for Liverpool. Nico Williams, great ball. Ooh, misplaced from Kate Gordon. And then cleared to Kanate, keeps it in again. And again, Nico Williams. Bobby Firmino peeling off to this right-hand side.
I haven't seen much of Bobby.
No, I agree. Not really too much from him so far at all. Gives it to Fabinho now. Ox is in the 10, plays it left-hand side to Shimikas. He's going to need support. Good little turn off there from... Oh, he's whipped it in there. Oh, what a goal! Brilliant that is goal. Wonderful football.
What was that saying about we haven't seen Bobby Firmino?
Bobby Firmino makes it 2.
Took it really well, didn't he? But Shimikas's cross, wow.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic. We see this
time.
one again. Shimikas, give and go with Takumi Minamino, whipped it in. That was a brilliant. I've been really impressed with Shimikas's crossing this pre-season. Really impressed.
The fact that he just hit it on the run.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah,
the way Bobby opened up and just took that
slides in, makes that contact, whips it into the feet of Firmino. Great run towards the front post and a fantastic finish from the Brazilian. Big smiles, finger guns from Bobby, and Liverpool are 2-0 up. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Scott Hawks with the $25 super chat. Thank you, Scott. So many players look the fittest we've seen in years. Very encouraging. Also great to see John on the watch along. Excited for the season ahead on the pitch and with the Redmen. I agree on that fitness thing. I mean, this is the point, Dad. Salah's had a full pre-season for the first time ever.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And they've had this mad 1 month together in Austria or somewhere, running up and down mountains and things.
Oh, deep ball to the back post. Takumi Minamino challenges. He got nowhere near the ball, but he does force the error, and it's a corner to Liverpool. That. I think that's massive, that, because it's not just the fitness thing, and the fitness thing's massive because our team is built on that, but it's the camaraderie. It's the team bonding they've done.
Team building, yeah.
Shimikas corner again, one arm in the air, near post, looking for the flick on of Bobby Firmino, doesn't quite get it, headed away for now by Osasuna, gathered by Curtis Jones in the left midfield position and plays it back to Joe Gomez.
I mean, it strikes me that our forwards tonight are taking their chances, which is more than the other lot have been doing.
Well, I got asked a question last night. A couple of people tweeted me, and I replied to one of them. I'm not worried about us being wasteful in chances because we're being wasteful in pre-season like we were last season. I said, I honestly am not worried in the slightest. The Liverpool's thing is we've never been ultra clinical, but we create loads of chances, and our chances contribute towards more chances. People might think that's like a law of diminishing returns, but this side is the exception to that because they build atmosphere and pressure. Great turn from Ox, manages to keep his feet, but the referee gives the free kick.
I mean, I remember Salah's first pre-season. He missed chance after chance after chance, and then he went and scored 40 goals or something. So I'm putting my money on him for Golden Boot this season because he hasn't been able to hit a barn door this close season. Yeah,
it's a safe bet. Liverpool concede the free kick midway inside the Osasuna half. Jamie Loudon, evening, mate and John. Hope you've had a good pre-season break. What are your thoughts of a further forward player as Div is sold? And what's your favourite biscuit, John?
Favourite biscuit? I don't eat biscuits.
Clearly get that from my mum. I love for biscuits.
She eats them all, so I've got none left.
It's the chocolate top knob.
No, I don't really eat biscuits, so I haven't got a favourite. I mean, they all taste okay when you have them. No problem with them, but I don't eat a lot of sweets. I'd rather have a pork pie than a biscuit.
Okay, have a pork pie instead. There we go.
Pork pie or a sausage.
So, up high on balls is sorry, not my first language. Statesman. Yeah, thanks so much, mate. Yeah, here we go. Well, you're learning something. I'm glad to see we can. Two Scousers can increase your knowledge of the English language, which has never been said before. Thank you so much, up high on for joining us and sending your super chats in, mate. Much appreciated. Jamie asked, have you had a good pre-season break? Not yet.
No, not yet. No, life's been hell, hasn't it, for 18 months?
Yeah, it's just been crap on it. Yeah, no, I've had a couple of breaks. I'm feeling quite ready.
I haven't been able to go away, get abroad, or which I really love to do. So that's taking the edge off anything else.
I said this is the first pre-season where I found myself the week leading up to my holiday. This is why we've got new graphics, because that never happens. Normally we go pre-season, we have a break, and then we go on pre-season games, then I go on pre-season tour, and then I run myself into the ground just in time for the season to start.
Yeah. So you never get anything changed.
Yeah, so we never have time to kind of get ahead.
Why everyone's wondering why they're digging the city up now and haven't done it over the last 18 months when no one wanted to go out in their cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Idiots. That's what you got to do. You got to take advantage of these situations. So no, I've had a good pre-season break. I'm really looking forward to the season. Yesterday really whetted my appetite for it. Just, it was great to be at a football match that didn't matter, but had all the trappings of a Liverpool football match.
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to get to the Palace game in the last game of last season.
Same, but it had stakes, didn't it? It was also,
but, you know, for me, we haven't actually played for like 2 seasons. Yeah. Last season was just a nothing season. I
find myself doing that. I'm confused over dates and times. It's like last season didn't happen, but I know it did.
It's why I think, you know, Jota and Thiago are new signings. Yeah. I've just not seen them. I don't really think of them as having played for us yet.
Yeah. It's a bit like when you wake up from a nightmare and you go, oh my God, it was only a nightmare. And then you lift your bed sheets back and like you've got bite marks on your leg and you're like, oh, was it? And that's what it was like. It was like an Outer Limits story last year that it didn't happen, but it quite clearly did at the same time. I'm glad it's done. I'm glad we put a big cross through it. We never have to revisit it ever again. But clearly we all still bear the scars of having gone through a year of footy on the telly and
another one now.
Kurt Jones gets a batter and he's off on the touchline again, taking a physical beating as the Scousers there. Let's have another little look at this one. He just gets pushed in the back and then gets kicked in the head. Brilliant. Pre-season games, eh? Oh gosh, took a blow to the nose there. Look at that, he's not happy at all, is he?
Don't blame him.
Bit naughty that. I mean, I know it's only a push in the back, but and then
it is only a pre-season friendly after all.
That's right. Right, we got a ton of super chats. Thank you so much, guys. John O'Connor says, since he got on the score sheet with Origi and Shaq most likely to leave, I think Taki will stay for the moment. It's great to see you both this eve. Thank you, John. The Minamino one's a big... I said this the other day. There's a question mark over a couple of Liverpool players, and I think naturally we do this every year where we go, well, he wasn't brilliant for us last year, so he's gone. So players are gone and red. So people have got this with Keita, and I think they've got it with Ox, and I think people have definitely got it with Takumi Minamino, and I think Origi and Shaqiri fall into that category, but with more obvious reasons why they should leave behind them. My honest answer is I'm fairly convinced Taki's not good enough, but I'm also not. It also wouldn't shock me if he actually came good for us at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, for me. There was a suggestion that he only got loaned out because of his size. Yeah. Because we had no centre-backs and there was no point in playing small midfield players in that really situation. So you move him on somewhere he gets a few games under his belt. Because let's not forget, he didn't arrive very early the season before. Mm. You know, so he'd not played very much football for us. He hasn't really had a chance to show us
He's never had a pre-season with us. He's never had that, as we talk about, that team building stuff.
He's never hit the form that he had before he came yet.
Yeah.
And I still, maybe, you know, there are signs tonight that, you know, his energy is back and he's enjoying his football.
Yeah, I mean, and particularly if we see, look, we played Jota's been playing centre-forward the last 2 games. And obviously Jota, we think, was nominally bought as a Mane understudy, but I also thought that about Minamino when he was brought in, and it might be that Jota might be the striker that we're talking about. He might be that centre forward that we're all saying we need to go out and buy.
I mean, I've said right from the word go that he's just one of these guys who scores goals if you put him on the pitch, and that will ensure that he plays.
Yeah. Sorry, just a little update there, kids. Look, he might have broken his nose. You know, it didn't look good at all. Anyway, he's gone off. 29 minutes played. Ben Woodburn is on in his place, who's been the ultimate utility man in the last few pre-season games.
He's got that sort of Borg touch on his back.
I know, yeah, he does look like he's been assimilated. Like that's That's a very niche reference for your for a Liverpool stream there. If you get that one, yeah, and you get a big pat on the back from us. Ball played back to the Osasuna goal. Yeah, it's a real shame about Curtis Jones. That you can't. It must be something. You know what I mean? If that must be, if to take him on.
Must be, as you say, a broken nose or something.
Yeah, it did not look good.
And people can play on with broken noses, but you might have breathing problems. But yeah, you know, we're just a few days away from the league starting. So
yeah, to John O'Connor's point, yeah, the Takumi Minamino stuff. I don't know. I until Minamino proves his worth for the senior team in senior important games, I can understand the clamour for needing more players. But I do think we forget that we own him. I think at times is that when we say we've only got 4, we haven't. You know, we inherited Origi, and we definitely bought Shaqiri as he was a good option to bolster to add to the squad. Now Minamino might be that too, but my general consensus on Minamino, they bought for him. He's a prospect. They bought him to bring him up and improve him. And also, no one doesn't see anyone beating down a path to our door to buy him.
I wouldn't get rid of him unless they were finding a replacement. I mean, you know, it's okay saying, oh, well, he's not good enough for us or whatever, but you just don't get rid of your squad and deplete it without replacing some. Yeah. And we don't look as though we're in the market for wholesale replacements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
so I think he'll have another season with us.
Yeah. That Riri guy with the £2, thank you so much. I hope I've said that right. Elliott and Jones to fill that Genie spot this year. Yeah, and I'll probably a bit more Thiago as well, I'd imagine. You know, it's funny, isn't it? Because Genie's a fantastic player, and I hate when you get into conversations about him because it like almost you can't help but accidentally underrate him. But his most useful attribute last season was his availability, more than ever, and that's always been useful. But it was absolutely imperative last year. Oh gosh, actually Chamberlain driving into the box on the right hand side under pressure. Maintain possession quite nicely here, but he does need a little bit of an option there. Gets it from Nico Williams. Nico's dispossessed high up on that right hand side. Cade Gordon doesn't get it. Ox gets it back.
Ox is playing.
Ben Woodburn with the strike. He's hit it off. Is that Takumi Minamino?
Ox is interesting because obviously we know we've had to do without him for 2 years after his bad injuries. But a fully fit and firing Ox is a real asset.
People forget. He was I think he was like our 4th top goal scorer of the season we won the league.
And some of the goals he scored were just sensational.
That the Genk
and so important
goals, yeah, absolutely.
And the one against City and in the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and again, it's tough because we don't know whether he'll ever be quite what he was prior to that injury, of course. But as I say, like he doesn't play a lot last season.
He's got pace back again.
Yeah,
which is always the one that goes.
Another overly physical challenge there from Osasuna on Costa Shimikas this time. I think we'll have to watch out for that because obviously his opportunity lays bare in front of him at the moment. He wouldn't like to have that taken away from him. Oh, he's given the ball away there. That won't help. Joe Gomez, great recovery pace from Gomez there, stepping in, dispossessing his man and then laying it off. Cool as you like, back to Shimikas.
Looking good there.
Yeah, very good indeed. Kanate just underhits that pass, deflects to the path.
I wonder whether Klopp's going to have a word at half-time about the way they're playing.
Bobby Firmino now left mid. Ben Woodburn driving ahead of him. He's tried to outside of the boot, play it forward to him. It is cut out. Minamino goes with the press, wins it back, but does concede the throw-in in doing so. Yeah, as I say, in terms of that filling the spot, again, it goes back to it. The problem is like, right now we've all got we're all scarred from last season and all the injuries. So we're all in the nicest possible way, all of us, by the way, massive shithouses, because we're all fearful that will all happen to us again. So we want to insulate this. So we would have twice as many players that you need on the books, just to be careful. I don't think Liverpool, you can't because you only register so many for a start and they haven't got the budget to do it, etc., etc. But my general feeling is I think we're okay. I think we could do with one more, but that one more would have to be brilliant because Naby Keita's really good. And Oxlade-Chamberlain's really good, and Curtis Jones is really good, and Elliott's really good.
I mean, if Keita came good, then
it's a big if. But
if he did, you would say, right, we don't need another one. Mm-hmm. But there are big question marks over him.
Yeah. It's just that thing of whether you can get enough on the field. Like Henderson's had injury problems, you know, again, the Thiago stuff. If Thiago just plays a normal amount of minutes this season, we'll probably be largely fine. But yeah, it's definitely very interesting one indeed. Okay, Nico Williams on the right-hand side goes that deep switch, doesn't get enough on it to reach Takumi Minamino, is headed away, and Kostas Tsimikas will gather it out of play and take a quick throw in to Ben Woodburn. Ben Woodburn under pressure, concedes it, but also gets another throw in for Liverpool. Stuart Lloyd says, who do you think the one incoming transfer will be? I've got no idea. I mean, the Soul stuff doesn't seem to be going anywhere, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was he was one of the ones who came in. But there's obviously talk that we might go for another forward or attacking player.
Attacking midfield player. Lots and lots of them linked with us.
Oh my God. Was that Ox?
Yeah.
Oh, ball over the top, Gay Gordon to chase it down. Goalkeeper gets there first. Oxlade-Chamberlain's getting better and better, isn't he, in this game?
Yeah. He's got a lot to prove, I think.
He really has. There's the skipper warming up there with Thiago. Yeah, that was Divock as well. Joe Gomez switches play. Tsimikas on the left-hand side. Just... the play down the left-hand side has just not clicked quite as well since Ben Woodburn's come on there. We have done a bit more down the right. A wonderful ball, Oxlade-Chamberlain towards Woodburn, cleared away. And it is another corner to Liverpool. 36 minutes played near side it will be. We got one. Here we go. John O'Connor says, with Robbo out, are Kostas' corners decent? Well, let's
just about to find out.
Let's find out. Kostas Tsimikas with the corner deep. Ooh, I really want that to go in. Ben Woodburn knocks it down. Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to hit it. Good save by the goalkeeper, Firmino. Another save. Offside, I think Firmino was.
Good shot by Ox.
Great shot from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
That's what he brings as well, doesn't he? Because he knows how to shoot.
Yeah. Pile driver,
terrific.
Good strong left hand high from the goalkeeper, and again on the follow up. I think offside was given in the end, but very, very good saves. And their goalkeeper's having a pretty good game so far. That is what you call a strong wrist, that, isn't it?
That reminds me of that thing on social media, the guy who keeps getting hit with the ball every time.
Yeah. Tsimikas stands one up into the channel. Chased by Minamino and Firmino. Okay, Gordon's going to have to go across to their left-back position. It's a miss-hit. Oxlade-Chamberlain brings it down. Great strength from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Goes to the strike again. Oh, a little carried away. Just got a bit carried away.
Badly, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, just sliced it across the goal. Couldn't, not so much that it ended up perfectly in the path of Bobby Firmino either, unfortunately.
Fully fit Ox would be a real asset to us this season.
This is it. You know, again, I saw a great point made about Man City and how Ilkay Gundogan's had so many injury problems. He's missed so many games of football in his career, and there was a real, thought that he might never quite reach his potential. And then last season, he just turned into an absolute goal machine. Yeah. He became the main man for Man City in a season out of nowhere. And that's why I think they're looking at Naby and Ox, and that's why I think they're in a different category to Origi and Shaqiri, because Origi and Shaqiri don't fit the system.
No,
they're good players, and on a break glass solution, a la Barcelona, you can drop them in and they'll do a job for you in a one-off game of football, no problem. But Naby and Ox, you can rotate any of your players out in their similar positions and you won't see a significant drop-off. And in fact, you might add a slight different dimension to what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, there's this thing about the way the team plays, and you can be told to play anywhere, but you have to fit into the system. And, Shaqiri clearly struggles to find a role that's suited to him in our side. Yeah.
If we played Liverpool, of any number of Liverpool sides over the years, Rafa Benitez's Liverpool sides, Rodgers Liverpool, a lot of teams that play 4-2-3-1 or Diamonds or whatever, he'd been great in those teams. But he's not tall enough, he's not fast enough. And that's a big issue for a Liverpool team.
Well, if you look at his career, he's been everywhere. He's been at really top clubs, but never quite broken in.
And Stoke.
Yeah, and Stoke. Well, they beat us 6-0 or something, didn't they? So they must be a good side.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But, he's obviously a very talented footballer, and yet people look at him and think, yeah, let's get him.
Yeah, definitely.
But then you've got to try and figure out a way to fit him into the side.
Absolutely. Joe Gomez is going over to deal with some danger. Liverpool throwing right in the corner. Shimikas takes a little miss kick there from Takumi Minamino. Liverpool need to defend this here. Oh, Shimikas flew in, cleared away once again by Gomez. Kate Gordon gets underneath it, can't get the header, goes again. This time does flick on Bobby. Oh, lovely little interchange there with Bobby Firmino and Kate Gordon. Taki Minamino races away down the left-hand side. Left-footed cross. Bobby Firmino! Oh, my word!
How did we end up with 3 forwards waiting for the cross there? It was just amazing.
Glorious stuff. It all started from Kate Gordon. He missed the first header. He gets up. He knocks it to Bobby, and and we're not even seeing it in the highlights. Bobby's quick thinking. They get away, and look at this, that great ball from Minamino.
The forwards all on their own.
Yeah, and it's Kay Gordon, Firmino, and Ox all on the line, waiting for the ball. It's Taki with the left-footed cross, and Bobby Firmino just brings it down and slots. Chest, finish.
Well, I think these 3 forwards could start against Norwich.
I would be absolutely. Bobby Firmino.
They found a way to get Bobby to play and score goals.
Well, Dad, you were saying this earlier on in the half how he hasn't been too involved in the game, Bobby. But that's now twice he has been centre forward for Liverpool.
Yeah,
and he scored two very centre forward goals.
Yeah,
maybe everything's fine.
Yeah, it is.
I've no idea how good Osasuna are, by the way. Let me find that out. So happens we don't do build-up shows. Great term. Yeah, great term, Bobby. Bobby Woodburn there in the midfield. Nico Williams cuts out a crossfield ball, and he's on his bike charging down this right-hand side. Kate Gordon's just inside, cuts back to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Chamberlain give and go with Fabinho. Feeds the ball into Gomez. Gomez miscontrols but gives it to Canate. Canate back to Gomez, and Liverpool just dominating the ball here, being cool, calm in possession. Ben Woodburn has it in the sort of left-back position for Liverpool. Canate again now, looking up, striding forward. Oh my word, nearly fizzed that ball from Canate from the halfway line, straight through the middle of the Osasuna defence. It was just
a whisker.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on it, and it runs through to the goalkeeper. Nice idea, though. Here comes Gomez, gets forward, good header from him. I really like Joe Gomez as the left-sided centre-half,
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant as the right-sided one, but he's got...
Well, if you're playing with Van Dijk, he plays where he wants.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I remember when he came and he played left-back for us for a few games. And he was brilliant as a left-back. He was the best left-back we'd had for about 20 years.
yeah. Which is not necessarily to say he was great, as we've had some terrible left-backs at Liverpool over the years. Ryan Rogers with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Ryan. Says, great to see my favourite person for Redmen on the watch-along. Nice to see you too, Paul. Thanks so much.
They're just fed up with you, probably.
Yeah. Everyone's had the fill of me.
They haven't seen me for months, years. I've been hibernating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zooming.
Yeah, absolutely. Costa Shivakas, miscued right-footed clearance. Bobby Firmino has to get in, do some defending, doesn't, but the ball breaks to Ben Woodburn. Oh, good play from Woodburn. He's tried the ball over the top, outside of the boot ball for Kate Gordon down the left. Didn't quite come off. He's actually, to be fair, Ben Woodburn is, again, he's settled into this game quite nicely, hasn't he, in Curtis Jones' position.
He's probably another one who's in the shop window.
Yeah, he has to be, doesn't he? I feel a bit sorry for him.
He has to move on to get his career.
I just don't know what he is. I mean, like, we've seen him play, I think, both sides of the midfield now, of the eights, both eights. We've seen him play right wing and right back.
Because he scored was it his first game? He scored a worldie
in the League Cup,
and then everyone thinks, we've got a great forward here, and then he doesn't score again, and he's
another one. Says he's a couple of inches too short and half a yard of pace. Yeah, it's one of the things. If Harry Wilson can't make it at Liverpool, it's hard to see how Ben Woodburn makes it at Liverpool.
Except Harry Wilson. You look at Harvey Elliott and you think Harvey Elliott's better. So why would you keep Harry Wilson?
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas with Ben Woodburn, you know, the people he's up against are world-class midfield players.
Yeah, absolutely. Here he comes again. A couple of nice little touches and pieces of control from Woodburn. Bobby Firmino. Oh, Christ.
Bobby's giving them a touch of what they give to us.
Very nearly snapped him and pulled out, and actually probably fouled the guy more for trying to get out of the way there. Yeah, absolutely fantastic to see from Liverpool. As we say, 3 goals to the good in the first half. This is I mean, again, actually, I was meant to Google Osasuna. I'm sure everyone knows the answers to this because most people actually pay attention to these things. It's not like this is my job or anything. Osasuna, Club Atlético Osasuna, or simply Osasuna, is a Spanish football club in Pamplona, Navarre. Founded in 1920, the club plays in La Liga. Good to know. Holding home games at the 18,375 capacity El Sadar Stadium. Brilliant, it's half-time and I've missed it. Right, Liverpool 3, Osasuna 0. What a half. We're going to be having a little bit of a chat through that half. Get your comments in, your thoughts. Who stood out for you? What were your favourite moments of that half? Anything you'd do in terms of what would you do for Thiago and Henderson? When would you be introducing them? Thoughts in the comments. Very short break from us while I run the toilet. And we'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hey everyone, our brand new book has landed. Hendo, 10 Years a Red, premium collector's edition, the definitive Jordan Henderson collection in A4 size, 200 pages, full colour, incredible insight, in-depth knowledge and the stories of his rise from a young boy in Sunderland all the way through their academy to the Premier League, taking the captain's armband, becoming the captain and leading Liverpool to be champions of everything and beyond as well. It's got his greatest moments season on season, some incredible, unique, phenomenal custom artwork from some of the best Liverpool artists on the scene, incredible high definition photos of his best moments as well. It is an incredible Jordan Henderson collection and it fits right in your hands just about. It is a behemoth of a book. It is incredible and it is available right now. You can get it and you can learn more about the Liverpool skipper from the people who are closest to him on that journey. Friends, family, coaches, players and managers. Yes, it is Hendo, 10 Years of Red, and it is available right now on redmenmerch.com. Get involved. Hey, welcome back. Just checking your heart rate.
Just got a message from the Redmen TV saying I'm doing a half-time analysis.
Oh, there you go. Cool. So, yes, thank you for joining us. It is half-time. It is Liverpool. It's not 0-0, Simon. It's Liverpool 3, Osasuna 0. Yeah, divvy. Right, yeah, just in case you're joining us.
It's 0-0.
That is wrong. That is wrong. It's 3-0 to Liverpool. We've seen some great goals, haven't we? I've really enjoyed. I enjoyed the first half yesterday. Actually, it was marred by the Robertson injury, of course, but yeah, I mean, this was very similar.
Yeah, except we took our chances this game and not in the other one. Which was a bit of a worrying trait we developed last season, where we dominate early games and then not take chances and then struggle.
Yeah.
So it was lovely in this game to see us actually taking our chances. I mean, Minamino's been terrific.
Yeah.
Bobby suddenly woke up and decided to score a couple of goals.
Well, he's obviously seeing Messi's moving from Barcelona, who basically does frig all game until someone passes the ball to him and then comes alive. Maybe he's just decided to do that. I'll just tear up and score the goals. How's that? No, I agree. Both been really good so far. The Takumi Minamino one, yeah, he's shone for me. There's that because he's had those. We get the 2 chances, didn't he? The first chance is when the ball's played over the top from, is it Canate? Okay, Curtis plays the second one. The ball comes over the top to him, and his first touch takes it into his stride.
Sensational first touch.
And he gets the shot. He tries to bend the shot around the goal. Great save from the goalkeeper. And then obviously very similar, the ball later on. In fact, he might have, so was it Fabinho played that one actually, and then it's Curtis who plays the second or the other way round. I forget where anyway. You're probably right. I'll just shut up. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
The good point is that the ball was played to Minamino.
And he did well with it.
Almost the same place again.
Yeah.
And this time he thought he'd use his left foot.
Yeah.
Seen he'd had no luck with his right. Yeah. And lo and behold, the
massive
ball is
deflected
over the keeper and into the net.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good indeed. And Bobby Firmino, I mean, 2 fantastic crosses. The first one from Minamino, and the first one from Shimika, second from Minamino. I need to watch the highlights back here. But again, very, for the criticisms of Bobby Firmino, doesn't score enough goals, and I think every one of us would agree with that. I think there's two camps in Bobby Firmino people. There's the very small minority who just think he's not, who don't rate him as highly as they should, and then there's everyone who loves him, and the people who don't rate him think that the people who love him don't realise that he doesn't score loads of goals, like we're all stupid or something. But
there's actually three groups. The group that loves him. There's a part of that group who don't think he scores enough goals, and therefore maybe we shouldn't like him, and we shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
Whereas the other group, which I'm in, think he's just a bloody genius. Leave him alone and let him get on with it.
He's unreal.
Because everything about him is just. It's what you want to see football. It's what I go to see football about, people like him who can do what he does with the football.
There's a functionality to football, and football needs functional footballers sometimes. It needs lads who kick the ball hard and tackle strongly and head it away and all that. And then there's geniuses, and they're the players who leave you with a smile on your face. And Roberto Firmino's that. And he's doing it for all the right reasons today. He's been all over the pitch, but he's also, again, he's just arriving in the right place. He's between the goal, he's between the sticks and sticking it away. And particularly that one where he starts the chance that he finishes for the third. I mentioned it earlier. It's Kate Gordon gets the header. Bobby Firmino, Kate Gordon's kind of got stuck in there. He's missed the first header by miles. He gets up, gets it, and Bobby could take a breath on it. And he could say, right, okay, don't worry about it, mate. You've done your bit there. Go and get up the pitch. He doesn't. He immediately knocks it straight back to Gordon, who was then forced to use his own natural innate ability, moves the ball out quickly himself, and we're away. And then Bobby Firmino ends up central in the penalty area for the goal. It's just genius. Yeah. He's a genius. Right, we've got some super chats. If you want to get yours in, we'll go through them and some comments as well. Leon Geary says, I hope you're well, boys. Ox looks very sharp. He looks very sharp, doesn't he?
He does look very sharp.
I mean, and this is the point about this, is that do I think that he's going to be the first name on Liverpool's team sheet? No. Do I think he's going to usurp any of our big boys? No, but ultimately, who cares? I think we place too much emphasis on this sometimes.
If you play Fabinho and Thiago and Henderson, with Henderson playing as your forward midfield player, then Oxlade-Chamberlain is a perfect replacement for him. If you want to give him a rest or he's injured. Because in terms of attacking prowess... Yeah, sensational.
No, completely agree. Thanks, Si. Completely on that. We do. It's another one of those things where I think in the constant quest for new shiny things, we forget how good the players we've got sometimes. And again, there's this really common logic, and this follows most football teams in most football seasons. That, as I said earlier, if you have an average season or a bad season, you don't get used lots. The logic follows you're not good enough. And we've seen that time and time again. We've seen lads have a bad season for Liverpool and get moved on, because normally we don't trust them long enough to build them back up again.
Past it, but then you look at Ox, he's not old. No. You would think he's been around at Arsenal forever. Yeah. Then he's been with us. Before that. He's been with us for ages. Yeah. And yet, what is he, 28 at the most? When he should be at his best. And what I like about it is that his pace is back. Yeah. And normally that's the thing that goes when you have...
It's physicality as well.
It's very strong. Yeah. Shrugs off people. Is the only thing that I've could fault him with over the end of last season and so far in pre-season, is that it's not a 90-minute display of strength and speed, and it's not all there yet. But that's understandable for everyone.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff. Just to break up the chat, actually, we had a couple of tweets come in on a couple of things. Obviously, we brought you the news earlier on that Andy Robertson has sustained ankle ligament damage. James Pearce has expanded upon that just before kickoff. So told Andy Robertson set out to be out for weeks rather than months with the ankle ligament damage, which feels like positive news given how bad the injury initially looked. That's very, very good instead. Well, although there's a comment from someone else who say, I'm pretty sure we had that with Thiago Thiago. It was meant to be like 2 weeks, and then he was out for 3 months. But we'll trust that on face value from there. And David Lynch, our good friend David Lynch. Liverpool have received an approach from Lyon for Xherdan Shaqiri. Told the two clubs are still a long way apart on valuation, but talks ongoing. Liverpool keen to recoup a figure in the region of the 13 million they paid Stoke in 2018.
Well, on the back of his display in the European Championship.
It's funny, isn't it? You fall for players at Euros and World Cups, and how we were hoping that people would fall for Shaqiri. Is it not the most Arsenal thing in the history of football that Arsenal basically fell for their own player and gave a new contract to Xhaka off the back of the Euros? Oh, look at this lad! This is how good he is. Oh, there's more to come from Xhaka.
Who is he? Oh, we've already got him.
yeah. What do you mean his contract's run? Oh no, get that sorted. No, you're right. I wonder whether there needs to be a little bit. I don't think a massive bidding war on Shaq. But clearly Lazio haven't been banging down the door with the bid that was meant to be coming.
Talk of other clubs is quite often a little game, isn't it, to speed people up in their thinking process. Yeah,
absolutely, completely agree on that. Khaled Hussain with the super chat says, what have you made of Minamino so far? We did a little chat on that earlier, but worth repeating.
Very impressed with him, like his all action style so far. He was involved in not just the one he scored, but another one of the other goals. One of his passes in the build-up. He seemed to have fitted into that left side nicely. Yeah. We've seen Origi go there and just be a waste of space, but here's Minamino, killing the ball first time, beating people, crossing the ball, having shots. I mean, you couldn't expect better. And he's not featured that much, in pre-season. He's not like.
Well, he's been playing in the other team, as evidence tonight in some respect.
This is his chance to say, "Look, here I am."
Yeah, you're right though. He scored, albeit with a massive deflection. He sets up, he crosses the ball for Bobby for one of his goals, and you're right, in the build-up, he's the one who plays Shimicast through for the cross to Bobby's one, so he's been all over all the goals for Liverpool so far today. Very good indeed. Thank you, Khaled, for the super chat. John Page with a £5. Thank you so much, John. Who should be up front during the Africa Cup of Nations? Now, this is the question, isn't it? Is that, it's not as bad. I think we did this on a show a few weeks ago. It might be 2 or 3 games at most that they miss. I think one of them is even the FA Cup. But at the minute, Jota will be Jota, Firmino
and Harvey Elliott, Minamino.
If Minamino's going to play like this, you could do. I mean, all of a sudden you've got Jota, Minamino, Firmino doesn't seem like the end of the world.
And again, it depends who you're playing. If you're playing City, you'd rather have your best forwards on the pitch.
Yeah, true enough.
What about Kanate, another one?
Yeah, right. Okay, we're going to take a very short break because we actually do need to have a toilet break before the second half kicks off. We're a few minutes away from the next half. Keep your comments and thoughts and all that coming in. We'll get through a few more of them in a few minutes' time. But yes, short break from us, and we'll be back very, very soon indeed. Ta-ra.
So this is John Henderson's documentary, right? So we have to say the truth, huh? So let me say it like this.
Football was his life ever from being 5-6-year-old.
I'd say it's just an absolutely fantastic story.
At a club where to actually be remembered as one of the greats, the bar is unbelievably high. He's going to be in that list.
I think his career is a story of willpower, really.
He's had a career unlike most Liverpool players, really.
Instrumental, influential.
As a footballer, he should not get any questions to be answered.
When I first went and trained with him, he blew me away how good he was technically.
Well, he's a top-class player, no doubt about that.
He walks into a room, he walks into a dressing room, he gets on a plane, he gets on a bus, he's a leader.
He is the big player that's come from Sunderland, a lot of happy memories, pride.
But I honestly knew he would be a success.
He's a very humble guy, even in the most difficult moments, always positive. Always behind the team.
An incredible person, selfless, great company, good to be around. A wonderful man and a wonderful player, and he deserves all the plaudits he gets.
somebody who's always prepared to do what's the right thing for the team.
He's my captain.
It was fantastic to be able to share the pitch with him.
He's one of the best teammates that you can have around.
We're blessed to have Jordan, not just as a player, like I said, but as a person.
Totally proud and vindicated in the way he's turned out.
He will be forever known as an iconic name in Liverpool's history.
Of course, I'm proud of what he's achieved, but I'm probably more proud of the way he's turned out.
I had to hold the tears back at certain points.
A great player and an even better man.
Hey everyone, YouTube memberships on the Redmen TV are available right now. We have 3 tiers available for you guys. We've got First Teamer, we've got Wonder Kid, and we've got Cult Hero. Each and every one of those tiers gains you access to the custom unique emojis to use in all of our live streams, and each tier comes with a discount to the Redmen TV merch store as well. Once you get to Wonder Kid and Cult Hero level though, you get a bonus piece of content every single week. It is the Monday final word show, 60 minutes looking back on the action from Liverpool's weekend. Good or bad, when we're on top, we're here laughing, smiling, and when we're not great, we're here supporting you guys, giving you a big old digital cuddle to get you through trying and testing time. So yes, if you want to become a member here on YouTube, do it right now. Sign up and get those extra bonuses and perks.
Okay, we're back and the second half has just kicked off. Osasuna kicking off. And we believe Origi's on, but I'm not sure yet who he's replaced. It's a throw in to Osasuna. Yeah, it's tough. Cale Gordon's gone off, apparently, and Origi's back on.
Cool. Right, sound sorry, I desperately wanted a brew and I can't not have the show go on a perfect amount of time, which is an admirable trait, to be fair, but yeah, here we are. Right, welcome back. Yes, Liverpool Osasuna. Liverpool 3, Osasuna 0. Second half, as mentioned, yeah, Origi on the pitch. Right, Sad. Stuart Lloyd sent a super chat in. Actually, I'll tell you about the game before we do that. Ben Woodburn tries to get his way out of trouble in the Liverpool midfield. Osasuna coming away with it, looking for that through ball. Joe Gomez is not going to be done for pace. I've forgotten what it's like, Dad, when someone plays a through ball through the middle of Liverpool's defence, to have the Liverpool defender be faster than the man chasing it down. Like, I had a little moment 2 times that's happened today.
To actually watch our defence and have total confidence that they're in control.
Oh, Takumi Minamino, left-hand side, dribbling, gets the byline. Oh, just overworked it ever so slightly, but he has won a corner for Liverpool. He knows, little thumb up there. He knows he just could have delivered it a touch earlier. Divock probably having a little word with him there. Stuart Lloyd, 1k likes yesterday to feed Errol. Paul Senior likes pork pies. Let's get them to 1,000 likes so he gets fed on the Redmen dime. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't actually know where we're up to in terms of likes. Oh, 557 likes. I want 1,000 likes. If you're watching this and you've not liked it yet, then like it. What's wrong with you? Do you not like us? We like you. Yeah, drop a like. It's dead easy. Just click the little thumb up underneath the video. That'll be absolutely splendid of you. What was the advert say? The Hendo Doc. Cool. Yes. As Ibrahima Konate holds off his man. Oh, wonderful strength. Cannons the clearance off their man, and Liverpool have a throw in the right back position with Nico Williams. Yes, the Jordan Henderson documentary, we banged on about it all summer, and we will continue to, because it's phenomenal. If you need more content after this to keep you entertained in the build up to the season, an in-depth 3-part documentary series about the skipper, featuring the likes of Jurgen Klopp, Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher, Peter Moore, Jordan Henderson's dad. It's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Streaming now on redmentv.com. I can't recommend it enough. And we've got the book as well, which I don't have to hand because my dad was reading it earlier. Do you want to model that for me a sec, Dad? Oh, throw in from Osasuna into the box. Little flick on. Ben Woodburn stabs a cliff, and now there you go. Look at that. It's absolutely massive. It's great, and that's also available right now at redmenmerch.com.
You can read that while you're watching the documentary.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're multi-talented.
They go hand in hand as an accompaniment to the wonderful series that we've done as well. Thank you to Trig Josh for the super chat. Says, hi Machins, and everyone in the chat. Sorry I'm late. Better late than never, Josh. Welcome aboard. Oxlade-Chamberlain wins the ball back in the heart of Liverpool midfield, flicks it on to Costas. He's got Woodburn down the line. Oh, he's just nutmegged this man instead and then got into a crunching tackle. Costas, what are you doing, you dickhead? Oh, it doesn't look good for Costas. He's rubbing his... I think he's okay. He's just
rubbing his knee, isn't he?
It's a see. That is... Oh, gosh. It is two lads sliding in. Ankle to ankle. That didn't. He's up straight away. How vociferously he was rubbing his legs. It did strike me a little bit like he was mainly just looking to be more hurt because he was a bit rash, to be honest. Canate tries to just clip the ball into the path of Nico Williams. The ball comes back to him, chests it down when normal mere mortals would have had to head it. It's floated now over to Nico Williams. He's got options in the box. Tries to dig the cross out. Deflected. Corner to Liverpool once again. I really don't. I mean, Costa Tsimikas, great skill, great balls to nutmeg his man for no reason, but we don't need to see that.
No, not against this team anyway. They're not very slow.
Ben Woodburn, it's a header. It's a free header from Divock Origi, right central of the goal.
He's had a couple of headers in pre-season.
Yeah, not great. It's a great little pick out from Ben Woodburn of all people. Gets up, aims for the top left corner. It's a good foot over the bar. First real sign of life from Divock since coming on at half time. I had John O'Connor with the two Euro Super just said, and you should bang on about the Hendo doc. We're right. Yeah, no, you got to. I just think we've done a lot on it, but I don't feel like we can do enough because like fan media have genuinely never done anything remotely as good as what we've thrown together for that. It's amazing. And yeah, you can stream the whole thing and all the extra bonus content, all the full interviews with Jürgen and Trent that I did the best part of an hour with Trent Alexander-Arnold. His framing's not great, but he is also the best right back in the world, so we'll let him off. So yeah, that's all now streaming on the redmentv.com. It's like a Netflix for Liverpool fans. Get involved. And welcome, Jamie Harrison's just joined as a member as well. Great stuff, mate. Great stuff. You get access to the members-only chat for the fan reaction show after every single Liverpool game, and you can use all our custom votes in the live chat. Ben Woodburn into the left-hand channel, finds Bobby Firmino. He gets the free Fabinho is tackled. Bobby will pick the ball up. It's Tsimikas with the cross blocked. Corner once again.
Tsimikas actually is having a good game, isn't he? His crosses are very, very good.
Yep. I said he is performing as only a Robertson facsimile. He's doing a very good job, and he might actually be. I don't know how good he is just yet. Deep corner from him this time. Firmino gets up. It's deflected clear. Nico Williams picks it up, turns onto his right foot, finds Takumi Minamino. Right corner of the penalty area, cuts back onto his left, tries to stand it up, blocked. Nice idea using Nico Williams as a decoy run. Just wins it back. Nico into the penalty area. Divock picks it up inside the box, back out to Ox. Ox looks with a cross, and it's headed away for now. And gathered. Whew, this is a really, really good game of football. Nico, great ball out onto that right hand side again. Divock's made a run towards him.
Nice to see us putting people under pressure.
Ox, poor cross, and straight back into the yeah, it really is. Again, there's so many. It feels like we've rebirthed this idea of the squad. The lads who are surplus are the lads who are surplus. Yeah. Shaqiri knows he's going, and that's why he's not here. But Oxlade-Chamberlain clearly realises that if he puts himself about, he'll get games for us this season. Yeah, and you can see that in his performance. Good to see Nico's actually been getting better as well, hasn't he? Just like on the low key, not brilliant,
very solid. Yeah, it's quite understated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going back to Ox, I mean, he must feel that this is his last chance. Really, if he doesn't make it back into the team this year, he's going to move on. Yeah.
And he's right to think it because, I mean, but also he's got that point now where Jordan Henderson's the wrong side of 30 and Thiago's the wrong side of 30. Yeah. So they're not going to be around forever. He's got 2 or 3 years on both of them.
Yeah.
Divock, left-footed cross, Costas arriving. He's kept it in. He's kept it in. Oh my God, Kostas Tsimikas has kept it in. Ben Woodburn driving towards the penalty. Back heel, Oxlade-Chamberlain, great control in the box. This would be a hell of a goal. Rabona cross, saved by the goalkeeper at the near post. What the hell?
Yeah, he's on fire, Ox, isn't he?
This is unbelievable. Kostas Tsimikas keeps it in. Ben Woodburn with a worldie of a back heel. Ox, great close control. Digs it out with the Rabona, nearly catches the keeper out. Corner, deep. Taki can't get there, headed away. It will drop to Ox. Square ball to Nico. Lets it run across his body. He's going to try and look for the cross once again. Looking for a great run, and it is a great run for Minamino. Minamino across the box, blocked. Cleared for now. Whew. But this is breathless, breathless stuff. Very good. Great run from Taki and a great little pick out for him from Nico, wasn't it? Yeah, Dynamite Dad, thanks for that.
Sorry, I was mesmerised.
Yeah. And we'll just get Gary Neville's analysis of this. Gary! It was a good little ball through from Nico to Minamino.
It was, yeah. He's come into the game a lot more, hasn't he, Nico? Now he's much further up the pitch.
Yeah.
I was actually just wondering whether we'd had any corners from the right, because Tsimikas seems to have taken loads.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Nico Williams wins the header. Ox tries to bring it down. Liverpool throw in. Trick Josh, if I had a woman like Ox has, I'd be trying to keep myself relevant in the first team too. Listen, love is beyond that, mate. You're absolutely fine. But let's be honest, Oxlade-Chamberlain must be, he's got a point in his life where his life is pretty good. But I think it's testament, because you've seen this. I grew up through the 90s Liverpool team and the Spice Boys, and I think about players that came to Liverpool and used to say they'd sign for Liverpool. Jermaine Pennant was held up as this example. They'd sign for Liverpool and think they'd made it. And some footballers do that. You get to the highest echelons and you go, great, that's it. Now for the good life. This is my reward for all my hard work. Instead of this is where the hard work starts. And Oxlade-Chamberlain, to his credit, could be a happy, play. He could go and play for a lesser team, all the time, or he could go and be just a squad player. But I think he thinks he can get more out of his career.
Absolutely. I mean, what people are forgetting, certainly, I've only recently started to remember that when he was in our side, when he first came, we were impressed by him off the pitch as much as we were on.
Yeah.
He speaks really well.
Yeah.
He protects his colleagues.
Well, remember the Coutinho stuff on it? Well, he
stands up for people. He's a very, very impressive young man.
Yeah. Divock Origi's picked up, miscontrolled from the defender from the ball over the top. He's tried to ping it back into the 18-yard box. Sliding clearance from Osasuna. Liverpool looking to keep them pending. Great strength from Kostas Tsimikas.
This is a really good workout for us, this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Nico Williams again offering width on that right-hand side. He's got it to Ox over the top to Woodburn. He's to the byline. Loops the cross in. Firmino! Oh, good save. And he's gone in. Slid in on the goalkeeper, desperate to add to his goal tally. This is a new Bobby Firmino, this dad.
Wanted his hat-trick.
He wanted to hit the goalkeeper as well, quite possibly there as well. No, brilliant. Great run from Ben Woodburn. Kept it in, dinked the cross up. Good save. I mean, the keeper's sliding across on his knees. Gets 2 palms to it. Unlucky.
Yeah. He didn't have control of it, so Bobby was in his right foot.
Again, we'll see about Bobby but this season, because, but he's one player, I think, who's been desperate for a rest. Right, yes, thank you so much to threadsforreds.com, our primary sponsor for the watch-alongs. Thank you so much. They've got an incredible 6 times range available right now on threadsforreds.com. Pin badges, mugs, shirts, they do hoodies, jumpers, the works. It is wonderful, brilliant colour. In fact, I'm wearing... I think it's one of those. And it's produced by, either way, it's produced by a guy called Simon Cole, who does a lot of our design work, in fact, most of our design work as well. The quality is phenomenal. So do check out threadsforreds.com for all of your Liverpool clothing needs. Yes. Who are we talking about?
No idea.
Doesn't matter. We'll talk about them again, I'm certain of it, because if they were that good, they'll get plenty of attention from us. Kostas Tsimikas tries to clear down the line, blocked, and it is a goal kick to Liverpool. Just over in the comments, then we've got Danny Hartery Smith, who's one of our YouTube members, saying I've really enjoyed this game. Absolutely. I mean, that's what you want. We're at the stage now, aren't we, Dad, with pre-season where this is it now. Like, the season starts at the weekend, so you know there's no more. There's only so much ring rust you can have at this point. But even like, I mean, we'll wrap the game up later on, so I don't want to do too much of it. But there's no one who hasn't impressed me in their own way in this game so far.
No. I think we can be very, very pleased with these last two games. They clearly stepped up a notch now. You know, we're, as you say, we're just a few days away from the start now.
Bobby Firmino, captain,
Super Bobby.
armband, hands it over to Thiago. I wonder if he's going to pass it on himself. So Thiago, Reece Williams and Leighton Clarkson will be coming on for Liverpool, which is interesting, actually.
Gomez off.
Yeah,
Joe. Thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense.
A little less than...
Oxlade-Chamberlain just handed the armband from Thiago there. That's an interesting one. I wonder if he's just relaying it over to someone else. We'll see now. But yeah, Reece Williams alongside Kanate. Leighton Clarkson will sit in the D. I guess will sit a little bit deeper alongside Fabinho. Oh, sorry. No. Alongside Thiago Paul Christ in the midfield. And yeah, we'll see what else kind of shapes up in terms of the team. Jordan Henderson, we know, is still on the bench, but he only returns to pre-season proper this week. So he's very, very early in his return. So I wouldn't expect him to play loads in this game. Nico in the right back area controls it, left-footed, clears it down the pitch. Thiago, first touch for him.
The problem Henderson's got, having come back late and not really started pre-season.
Shimikas, sorry, Dad.
Very, very good.
Yeah, tearing down that side. Oh, great cross again. Divock, full stretch. Got a toe on it, but couldn't direct it towards goal. Great run from Shimikas again, that there.
Was really strong going through the tackle. And good awareness of who's in front of him.
He'd have been a left winger for us about 10 years ago, you know, like Albert Riera. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking about Henderson, and the trouble is there's the international break so quickly.
Yeah.
You know, it's at the beginning of September, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's coming back to Liverpool. He's going to struggle to get into the first team before the international break.
Yeah.
Then he goes away again on the international break. It's not good for him.
No, it's interesting. He, by all accounts, he's been keeping his fitness up, and he's been keeping himself as ready as possible, which I think he knows. It's interesting. I think that I had a bit of a chat with people about this yesterday. He's come back later than the Brazilians, and I just wonder whether this is like he's carried so many injury problems for so long. You know, there's a few seasons. The last couple of seasons have been very difficult for him, and I think they've made him stay away for a bit longer.
They probably said you go and have 3 weeks and don't darken our doorstep until.
yeah, honestly. And he needs it. And again, that actually leads into my point about Bobby.
Unless
Firmino.
He was doing a Harry Kane and decided not to come back for a while.
Definitely not, by the way. Let's not be responsible for that rumour. The Firmino stuff, I think, is interesting because, we're talking about his goal scoring. We don't really talk about this, but there's a very real chance that he doesn't start against Norwich.
Yeah, with the way Jota played.
So we're talking about Oxlade-Chamberlain trying to impress and Takumi Minamino trying to impress. Bobby Firmino might be playing for his place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cross in from Costas again, bobbles, it's a big deflection, bounces up. It's headed clear for the moment, and I'm just going to desperately try to imbibe my biscuit here because it's a chocolate top knob and it's a world-class biscuit. Not that my dad agree, Mr. Pork Pies. Can't have pork pie with a cup of tea.
Depends on your cup of tea.
Ball in behind. Ben Woodburn's hauled to the ground. Red card, surely, in a normal game of football. Let's see what happens here. Divock, lovely little give and go. Great ball through. Just tries to hold off the men. Two of them both bundle him to the ground, right on the edge. Looks a little annoyed. You forget that Ben Woodburn's only 21. He's been around. He was 16 making his debut. I feel like he's been around forever. But he's the same crop with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah.
It's just that he looked like he was going to be the star coming out of the academy, and it's all gone wrong for him, really. he went on loan, was it to Sheffield United?
Sheffield United.
Didn't get a game.
Did he do Oxford? He did as well, maybe, or one of the. Wow, I might be thinking of someone else.
Then players going from Liverpool to Sheffield United don't seem to do very well.
Yeah, Jim McCaff's free kick into the wall. Sorry, full of biscuit for all you guys there. And Simon too, I apologise. Nico drops the shoulder, tackled, dispossessed, and they can clear it away for the moment, but only as far as about 30 yards out on this right hand side. It looks like a Liverpool throw. No, oh yeah, Liverpool quick throw and taken. Oxlade-Chamberlain manages to get it all the way back to Thiago. Ruan Moodley says you're supposed to dip your biscuits. I did dip my biscuits. How dare you?
I'm sure Clive Tilsley never used to have biscuits while he was doing
it. I'm bringing a different energy to my commentary here, Dad. That's what I'll say.
Then again, they dumped him even though he didn't have biscuits, didn't they? So.
Didn't keep him on ITV, did it, Dad? That's all I'll say.
No, he could have advertised hobnobs, couldn't he?
He's amazing. Clive Tilsley, I think he's a very, very, very good commentator.
Yeah, he was the star in the Euros.
John O'Connor, Paul's in great shape despite those biscuits. Fair play. Not been an easy time to do that. No, I know. I do need to be careful. It's been a treat-filled week or so. We'd be on a holiday, which needs to end pretty sharpish. So it's just the one biscuit, not the full packet slammed into my face. It's also only pre-season. I don't need to compensate for the stress of watching Liverpool play quite just yet. Divock Origi battling on the right-hand side. Osasuna finally blocked down by Nico Williams. Ben Woodburn just gets clipped there. Is Woodburn gone up front? He seems to be playing very, very, very high up the pitch. I know, like Leighton Clarkson's there alongside Thiago.
Thiago's probably said, "You go up, lad. We're all right."
Yeah, I'll be fine, mate. Takumi Minamino's dropped deep to pick the ball up. He's got the ever-willing Energizer buddy of Costa Shimikas. Near post Ben Woodburn with the flick on. Comes to nothing. Yeah, it does. I mean, it does
look like he's up next to Origi.
Yeah, it looks like Origi's playing on the right and Ben Woodburn's playing centre
forward.
forward.
Playing two up front.
Yeah, the ultimate utility man. Ben Woodburn will have played every position for us this pre-season. It's like a farewell tour, isn't it? Right. Oh, little miscommunication there as he drops deep into the path of Takumi Minamino. Osasuna come out with the ball right hand side, just inside their half, played forward into Liverpool territory. They're holding on, but they've really got no way of getting themselves out of danger. And it will be a Liverpool throw. Yeah, poor. These look done here, don't they? Osasuna.
Yeah, it's been all Liverpool this half.
Ferdo TV saying Messi crying was sad. Yeah, I've seen anyone cry is a bit sad, really, isn't it? Unless it's Nigel Farage, who can cry me a fucking river. But I don't think he feels the emotions and doesn't therefore have tear ducts. So I wouldn't worry about that happening ever. Yeah, it's a bit sad to have at a human level, the Messi stuff.
No, not fine.
Bollocks to him. Bollocks to him. Right, Nico Williams. Ibrahima Konate, good little return ball. Nico just caught out there, probably fouled his man. He played merry-go-round on him there. Konate cut it out. Oxlade-Chamberlain's back there, striding forward, trying to link up, and the ball breaks down once again. And again, Konate's up, gets the header, and it's a throw-in. And the skipper is about to enter the fray. Look at them. Little nods and smiles from the lads on the bench.
Going to get 20 minutes. Not bad.
Yeah. Pretty good. He'll want to be ready for Norwich. I said this about a couple of these players, Virgil in particular. I don't know that there's no need for Virgil to be rushed for Norwich, but I wonder whether the Chelsea game, you want your best team on the pitch for that game, and regardless of what everyone else has done, even if Ox continues to be brilliant and Naby continues to be brilliant, the best team still got Virgil van Dijk in it. It's still got Henderson, it's still got Thiago, it's still got Fabinho and all those things, and it's probably still got Firmino in it as well. So, yeah.
I mean, you can't get away from the fact that the basis of our side is still brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm nowhere
near. And they'll surprise a few people who think that they're past it.
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree on that. It's the team, again, it's that thing of, hang on a second, free kick to Osasuna, left-hand side. They've gone for goal. It's miles over. Stupid idea. The teams that are spending massive money doing so because they've got big holes in their first 11. Like, I don't think that Man City necessarily had a Jack Grealish hole in their side, but they have got a Harry Kane hole.
David Silva went.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's probably a direct replacement for him.
And probably Leroy Sané a year or so after the fact as well, to some extent, because I don't think Ferran Torres is quite that.
Well, he's a bit young yet, still, isn't he?
Yeah.
But you look at Chelsea buying Lukaku. There's last year they bought Werner rather, and they're able to throw the money trying to get people who will score them goals.
Yeah,
and Timo Werner just didn't do it, did he?
So Chamberlain on the volley bounced straight into the goalkeeper's arms. Decent effort. Yeah, I mean, this is why Chelsea. We forget about Chelsea because they've been around forever and they've had that tail off where they stopped spending money for a while. But they're dickheads and all. They're just as bad, and if not worse, than Man City have been for a much longer period of time. But they do that. They clearly just decide that they've spent a lot of money on that squad, but they clearly haven't got it. They haven't got great little turn from Leighton Clarkson. That was brilliant. Yeah, just slightly underhit the ball over the top.
I mean, Chelsea's clearly decided that they would use a lot of pace to break teams down and hit them on the break, and now they're buying a forward who's the complete opposite.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but I actually have not seen anything of Lukaku at Inter.
Well, he holds the ball up. That's his skill, isn't it?
But it's a header. Oh, Osasuna have got a goal back. Ball curled in from that left-hand side. Header at the back post. And it is Liverpool 3, Osasuna 1. Gets the ball. Look at that. Look at that determination from the Osasuna man. He's got the ball. He's running back to the centre circle. Let's just see this one. Number 14.
Reece Williams missed.
Yeah, Reece Williams gets caught under at the back post. And a little look again. Crossing in, he just gets him.
Tsimikas tries to knock him out the way.
Gets between Tsimikas there. Sai. This telly's about to go off, not done with the match on. Do you know what the remote is? Takumi Minamino is off. Jordan Henderson is on. Interesting. And Owen Beck comes on as well, presumably for Kostas Tsimikas as well, which makes sense, I guess. You want to keep him protected now because he is, of course, Liverpool's first choice. Right, but there's a little wheel thing on the back of it, mate, if you just flick it up.
I didn't know it was so exciting doing this, Fixing your telly, it's going to go off any second.
There's drama
there's a countdown, like the bomb's going to go off.
Yep. Here's Owen Beck. Coming forward at left back, manages to find Thiago. Thiago stabs it to Hendo. Henderson battling, loses out for the moment. You're doing a great job, Simon. Just found the remote. Ball over the top. The goalkeeper claims it. That's the camera, is it? No? Good. Divock Origi drops the shoulder, battles left-footed. Can he find the skipper? He can't do. Watch your head, Simon! Beck. Ox. You just unplugged the telly? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so Oxlade-Chamberlain to the byline, cuts back. Jordan Henderson, wonderful back heel into his path. Ox still to the byline, tries to cut it back. Corner ball.
No Rabona that time.
Corner ball.
Oh, it's nice.
There we go. A wonderful vista of a Mac backdrop. Great little interplay there with Henderson and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Craig Kendall with the super chat for 49. Thank you so much. Hold on a second. Crossed in by Thiago to no one. I like the way we formatted our pre-season games. A couple of our matches, warm weather games and back-to-back home games. Squad have really benefited. Yeah, I agree. I think this has all been quite as entertaining as it could have been, all things considered.
Yeah, it just seems to have been absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it's just that. I mean, it's the Robertson thing, but I mean, what are you going to do? It's a game of footy. He fell on his ankle.
Happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, Liverpool played it around from the back. Kelleher plays it out to Nico Williams. Nico Williams cuts inside, looking for support, finds it in Ibrahima Konate. Konate, good little turn. You all right, Si? Yeah, I was just trying to move on. Okay, so And Liverpool have at the back of Reece Williams and lays it off to Thiago. Thiago clips it to Owen Beck. Hands it back to Thiago. Quick ball forward again to Woodburn. Makes that forward run, gets it from Beck.
Lovely run
into the corner flag and cleared for a corner for Liverpool once again. Yeah, it was an earthquake, by the way. Yeah, we're sorry, there has not been a major earthquake in Liverpool, just to sign off the camera while he was unplugging our monitor telly. It's all good. Everyone's fine, hopefully. We'll have it. Did I say welcome aboard to Vidar Anderson, who's joined us as a first team member as well? Thank you so much, mate. You got your name up in lights at the bottom there. Cross in from Beck. It's a good cross. Oh, Reece.
Terrible header.
It was. It was a very ungainly header from Reece Williams at the back post as he came back on
like
himself.
Knee height.
Yeah, not quite what we were looking for from that one, and the chance does go begging. Sound. Vidal, sorry, you get access to the members only chat on the fan reaction show, which I'll be doing shortly after full time, and the emotes as well. So emote away. Divock picks it up, turns towards goal, comes forward with it, strides forward with it, side down there, but looking for a quick one. Thiago, Jordan Henderson, great ball through to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, takes it to stride, shoots, good save, near post by the goalkeeper. Great thinking from Henderson, that.
Yeah. Looks so full of confidence in his game.
Absolutely, yeah. Henderson just got it quickly, just fed it through to Ox, just right hand side of the penalty area. And Ox will take the corner near side of your picture, out swinging. Henderson making the run towards the near post. It's gone central. It's over everyone. No red shirts there, apart from Beck at the back post. Woodburn takes it from him. Woodburn crosses it in again. Kanate flicks it on and into the arms of the goalkeeper, who comes charging toward the edge of his 18-yard box. We only got to 858 likes, you absolute fucking miserly bastards. If you haven't liked it, like it now. We want to see, if you want Liverpool to get through this game unscathed, you've got to get to 1,000 likes. I'm putting that on you. Like the video. The Chelsea thing, like they went out and bought all them players, and they've clearly decided, because I think they thought, right, that'll be us now. We'll go and spend a load of money, and then we're sorted for a few years. And then they've gone, oh no, we need someone to score 30 goals. So they just go, all right, whatever, in for a penny, in for a pound. No one else cares about FFP, and we've got the money, so we'll just do it. I mean, fair play if you can, I guess. But Lukaku's great, isn't he? The United thing tarnished him a bit, but
certainly good for what he does.
Maybe he's
probably the best at what he does in the world.
Maybe he's gotten better at the hold-up thing, but the thing for me is where he struggled at Man United was Mourinho wanted him to be a target man, and he was never a target man leading up to that point. He was a player on the shoulder, played the ball into him, runs in, and an absolutely lethal finisher. I mean, I'm presuming he's probably got the full package at this point. Oh, Osasuna in again, they've tried the back heel, he's missed it. And Queven Kelleher collects it inside the 6-yard box. The ball was floated in from that right-hand side. I don't quite know how they ended up so completely unmarked. Jurgen Klopp just having a little word there, trying to get them to move it on. Jordan Henderson picks up in the right back. Divock Origi's very deep here. Goes back to Kelleher, sets himself, and he floats a left-footed ball out to Owen Beck. Great ball, great touch, great control. Plays it into Ben Woodburn. Woodburn stabs that ball all the way across. I don't know if he was trying to feed it all the way to Nico, or it was neither here nor there.
Ambitious.
Really. Yeah, ambitious to say the very least, and the goalkeeper claimed it in the end. Josh, do you think that Liverpool fans will sing the Rafa Benitez song this season when Everton come to Anfield? That is a brilliant question.
Absolutely. Can't imagine.
I think they'd only do it.
They might just to wind the Evertonians.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it, to make it feel like he is really Agent Rafa.
Yeah. Ben Woodburn. Oh, it was a good link up between Thiago, Woodburn and Ox, and Woodburn just couldn't quite get past his man on the left wing. I mean, no one really expected them to be honest, but he's put a good shift in as old Ben Woodburn today. I should say very young Ben Woodburn. Yeah, there's a well where now, because we're not playing the game today, and I can say this, I wouldn't mind it being sung pre-game just as like a welcome or a thank you or whatever. But probably not when you get to the derby. Probably not. I probably think that would be a bit shit. I want him to be the enemy by the time that game comes around. But there is definitely something to if we're winning 3-0 with 10 minutes to go, I would be singing the Rafa Benitez song all the way to full time and beyond. because just to rub the noses in it. Right. Left-hand side, Beck, who's once again looked really, really impressive, the youngster. Great little ball from Thiago. Ben Woodburn, free on this left-hand side, gives it back to Beck. Divock Origi's inside the box. Jordan Henderson gets it back to Beck. On the run, his right-footed touch is a little heavy. Just kicked it straight back to the goalkeeper. Again, I mean, he's clearly raw, isn't he, Dad? But he is very exciting.
Got talent.
Well, you consider...
He's got confidence too to take people on and play little 1-2s and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Osasuna go long. Reece Williams challenges for the header, doesn't get it, but the ball deflects Liverpool's way. Kanate to Nico. Ooh. Nico gives that ball away into the midfield. Osasuna coming forward now. That's that left-hand side. Looking to play it in behind. No, heavy ball, goal kick to Liverpool. Yeah. Don't forget Blue Nose. Don't forget Blue Nose will probably sing their Florida Cup winners. I'll let them have it. Right, yes. Yeah, speaking of things, of nice shiny things, we are sponsored on the Watch Alongs by threadsforreds.com. A wonderful Liverpool Champions League range is available right now. You can get all kinds of amazing things, including pin badges, which we should be able to see right now. No? Fucked it. He's fucked it. Pin badges, t-shirts, badges, all that great stuff. They're amazing. Go and check out threadsforreds.com. Ben Davies is on, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Davies is playing for Liverpool at Anfield, replacing Ibrahima Konate. That's both centre-halves off for Liverpool now, which does make you wonder, particularly Konate, Dad, whether that's him, that's confirmed him for a start for the weekend, maybe?
I would think so. He's the one who's played throughout pre-season, and him and Matip have played most of the games, and it would be surprising if Gomez and Van Dijk were thrown in quite so early.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ball over the top. Divock Origi's in. He brings it down. The keeper's out. He's chipped it over him. Oh, he's missed it. Left-footed. Oh, he was offside as well. Left-footed. Just tried to loop it over the goalie. And drew it wide, and unfortunately was offside as well. Okay, free kick to Osasuna, a few yards outside the box, taken long by the goalkeeper. Headed on, is one for Owen Beck to defend, and he does that very well indeed again. Right, let's have a little head over to the comments momentarily. Leighton Clarkson, Ox, Thiago throwing. Craig Tebbs. Woodburn and Elliott have looked class the last two games. Who's this Ben Davies we've signed? Has this changed people's perception of our squad depth? A lot of people saying Ben Davies exists. He's real. He's a real boy. Look at this left foot. He's got the ball now. Let's just commentate on Ben Davies. Ben Davies, great ball down the line into Owen Beck's feet, and he gets it back as well. Ever willing, right-footed pass this time. Is there nothing he can't do? Great. I think we've got fantastic squad depth.
Yeah, I think as I said before, the problem with our squad is that it's not Man City's.
Yeah,
their bench is just astounding.
Stupid, isn't it?
You know, and Chelsea's is getting that way as well.
Yeah.
So you look at ours and you think, oh, we can't compete. But, you know, we've got good players.
Yeah.
And yet we'd all love more players.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, we wouldn't. Yeah. Particularly if you buy top class players for 50, 60 million plus. But we can actually fill the bench with decent players. That's the thing. Whereas there have been times over the last few years when that wasn't true.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that Conor Bradley on, Ty?
Yeah, it is.
Nico Williams replaced by Conor Bradley a couple of minutes ago, actually. Yeah, absolutely. We got a comment from Jambo. Ben Davies is a riddle wrapped within an enigma. Yeah, absolutely. Ox. Another great run out for Oxlade-Chamberlain, spreading the ball to Owen Beck high up on the left-hand side. He cuts into the box. Oh, this is been the thing with Beck. Again, he's doing all the right things, getting into all the right areas. It's a couple of those times, the last touch.
It's very eager, isn't he?
Yeah. It's very exciting with it, without a doubt. But that rawness just kind of showing. a little bit there. But yeah, good. About 7 minutes of the game left to play. Do keep your thoughts coming in. We're going to be doing the post-match content. I'll be doing your reactions and I'll be doing player ratings, and then my dad and I will be doing the instant match reaction show, which will be pre-recorded and will be streaming on the redmentv.com. If you want a bit more post-match analysis, you can get involved with that. Right, sound. Henderson. Oh, great little floated ball over the top. And the ball is cleared away before Liverpool can get themselves in there. Leighton Clarkson making a barnstorm and run forward just for the laugh by the looks of it. I mean, he's in that team. He's normally a DM and he's got Henderson and Thiago. Talk about having a license to go and do whatever the hell you want in a game of footy. Beck again with the cross. Decent ball. Corridor of uncertainty. Rattled off the walls of it.
Nice left foot.
Yeah, no one could get on the end. And it is an Osasuna goal kick. We just didn't quite get the angle right on that one. Needed a bit more from Origi pushing on if he was to get on the edge of it. Yes. John O'Connor saying, love sharing this evening with you all. Who's on admin? Forgot to ask. Listen, Sai is on the back of house today, so everyone give Sai their love in the comments, please. Doing a fantastic job. And Tom and Ross are at the match. If you want to keep up to date with some of the bits and pieces from inside the ground, then make sure you check out the Instagram, instagram.com/the Redmen TV, both the stories and the posts as well, and of course on Twitter. Loads of bits and pieces for you guys to keep you going there. Whew. Ben Davies is off to Richmond FC. Yeah, I reckon Ted Lasso would love a bit. Get the best out of him. Oh, Thiago dispossessed in the middle of the field. Ball played through. Chance for Osasuna. Clarkson getting back, looking to cause problems. Conor Bradley's back there. Reece gets his body out of the way of it, luckily. Yeah. Jacobe with the $2 says, last year goals was our problem, need a striker. I disagree now. We've got this new Brazilian lad, haven't we, Dad? This Bobby, brilliant goal scoring Bobby.
Brazilian with the British name.
Yeah. Divock Origi gets challenged there as he's going through on goal. Yeah. Oh, how are we on the likes? We got to 1,069 likes. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. That's wonderful stuff. Stuart Lloyd put out feed the man 1k likes. Yeah, pot pie for me dad for 1k likes. That's it.
Can I have it now?
Absolutely not. I'll drop off at the co-op on the way home. Cross from Ox, great cross! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Reece at the back post somehow found himself completely unmarked. Great ball in. And he's just, I don't even know what he's trying to do. He's trying to side foot it or something.
Tried to right foot it in, didn't he?
Yeah.
Gone with his left.
Little tangled up in his own
then he
legs.
might have fallen over.
Yeah. Paul Houghton saying, right time to go, guys. Have a great evening and have a walk alone, Paul. And Dad, yeah, you have a walk alone to you. Have a great evening, Paul. Thank you so much for tuning in. Plenty more to come from us tonight as well. As I say, we've got the fan reactions from you guys. If you're a member here on YouTube at any tier, you get access to that members only chat to put your thoughts in. And yes, I'll be doing player ratings in the absence of Chris Pajak. Fun. After that, and then my dad and I will be doing the instant match reaction. That will be on redmentv.com. Yeah, so plenty to come from us. A couple of minutes left of this game. Yeah, Conor Bradley's coming down this right-hand side. He's got Henderson inside of him. Gives it to him. Gives it him back. Henderson's made that forward run. He's just trying to keep moving, isn't he, Jordan? He's trying to eke every ounce of pre-season out of this last couple of minutes. Hendo fires it to Thiago. Great left-footed ball. It's bobbled. It's going to drop to Beck. Beck with the strike. Good block. Good block. Jordan Henderson and Thiago Alcantara passing the ball to each other. Like, it shouldn't make me so happy, but it does because, like, they just never got to play together last season. It was ridiculous.
No, I mean, the amount of experience there now. Yeah. It's phenomenal.
Just European Cup winning superstars. Corner, far side, Thiago. Stands it in there. Jordan with the header. Oh, he got underneath that one. Didn't get it directed towards goal. Just put it up, really. Up, high, wide. Not a great header from the skipper, to be honest. And it is a goal kick to Osasuna. Lovely corner from Thiago, though. Yeah, it's the... I can only think of the Everton game. Like, they will have been on the pitch together, of course, other times. But them playing in midfield together and just starting. It's just the give and goes that good footballers do. Like, it reminds me when we had Maxi Rodriguez and toward the end when he finally got fit, Aquilani and Gerrard, and they just passing the ball in little squares on the edge of the penalty area. We were crap, but it looked great. Zinho DK with 50 DKKs. Get in. Hi guys, keep up the good work. Do you think Elliott will get a big role in the squad this season? It looked good yesterday. He's got every chance, hasn't he?
I think so. I'd be surprised if he didn't, but you never know. Pre-season is a bit like a bit of a mirage, isn't it? You know, some you look at people in pre-season and then you never see them again.
Yeah,
it's like Gordon.
Yeah,
you know, he's been a real hit in pre-season, but you won't see him again till next pre-season.
Probably, yeah.
And you'll see him the season after, and then he'll sign for Bournemouth.
For 200 million, yeah. Or he'll be a superstar, which I think it might be the case with him. But you're right. Danny Pacheco is the ultimate reference point for this, isn't it? Yeah. Like, lads who look good, and you're really looking forward to seeing them in pre-season, and then they look great, and you can't figure out why they don't play again. Harry Wilson's got a bit of that going for him. Shea Ojo's another a bit like that. Here's Conor Bradley down the right-hand side. Fires it low, blocked. It's another corner to Liverpool. 30 seconds left.
Chance for another goal.
Absolutely. John Page, £2 super chat. Keeper Origi. I think Liverpool are not asked for keeping him. And if they can't get a seller for him at a decent price, they'll keep him. And I think Origi will be happy to stay, to be honest. Oxlade-Chamberlain gets it back from Henderson. He's on the edge of the box. He's to the byline. He stands it up to the back post. It's the header in for Reece. Oh, just over the bar. That surely will be the last action of this game for Liverpool. Great play from Oxlade-Chamberlain as his man on toast. Picks out Reece Williams. Just couldn't get the power. Yeah, just had to get up there. And there is the full-time whistle. Yes, Liverpool 3, Osasuna 1. The Liverpool side have brought their pre-season preparations to an end with a win. Back-to-back games at Anfield coming to an end. It seems like we've gotten through this one unscathed as well. Some great performances, some great goals. Takumi Minamino with a goal and an assist. Bobby Firmino with 2 goals. Real shining light performances from both of them and a whole host of other players as well. Who stood out for you? Get ready. I'm going to be doing. In fact, you know what? Ross had a good idea. We'll do it together. We're going to do fan reactions together. After a very short break, so do stay tuned. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel, click that notification bell as well. And we'll do your reactions to it. So make sure you get your comments in for all of that. Who do you want to talk about? Who was your man of the match? All those good things. There'll also be a tweet over on the Redmen TV Twitter as well, if you want to do it that way. Then we'll be doing player ratings, and then the instant match reaction will be streaming on the redmentv.com. Other than that side, what are we playing out on? The book. We've got a boss book. It's Jordan Henderson, 10 years already. He's back in the side. And we've done an amazing, massive, full-colour print book about Jordan Henderson's Liverpool career. Do get it. It's available to pre-order now. Ross has been sending them. They're getting posted out very shortly indeed.
And funnily enough, that's the number of minutes he got tonight.
Absolutely. So yeah, there it is. It's great. Here's a little look at that. And stay tuned on the channel. We'll be back very shortly indeed. Hey everyone, our brand new book has landed. Hendo, 10 Years a Red, premium collector's edition, the definitive Jordan Henderson collection in A4 size, 200 pages, full colour, incredible insight, in-depth knowledge and the stories of his rise from a young boy in Sunderland all the way through their academy to the Premier League, taking the captain's armband, becoming the captain and leading Liverpool to be champions of everything and beyond as well. It's got his greatest moments season on season, some incredible, unique, phenomenal custom artwork from some of the best Liverpool artists on the scene, incredible high definition photos of his best moments as well. It is an incredible Jordan Henderson collection and it fits right in your hands just about. It is a behemoth of a book. It is incredible and it is available right now. You can get it and you can learn more about the Liverpool skipper from the people who are closest to him on that journey. Friends, family, coaches, players and managers. Yes, it is Hendo, 10 Years of Red, and it is available right now on redmenmerch.com. Get involved.